Oh, is it starting? Oh, shit.
5.
Got it. Hello, legions worldwide and galaxy-wide, I guess I should say. Welcome once again to another exciting edition of the What You Been Watching podcast. I am, as always, your host, the marvelous Mike D, joined by my co-host, cohort, and youngest brother,
MD3 Marcus Dudley checking in on the YOU. What's going on out there in podcast land? We are broadcasting. This is like Admiral status. We have so many ships in the water right now. You don't even want to know. We're doing it VIG right now. Man, let's introduce our middle again. Devin, introduce yourself, please, sir. Tell them what you got going on if they forgot about you from last week.
What is going on? It is Double D, Devin Dudley, here to finish up the non-actionable bracket of introductions. Cannot wait for this. Had some great conversations last time. Special shout out to Movie Group Club. I'm rocking my Cool Hand Luke shirt. We've got our 50 eggs on here.
I love it.
And it's a very special shirt to me. But yeah, I'm ready to dive back in.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But we'll do
That
this
man
real
wasted
quick.
no time. He jumped right into that.
Right into it.
He
I
said,
like
let's
it.
get it. Like to get in, get wet, get out before the cops come.
Well, shout out to Ketsa for the intro music. Always bright. Shout out to Mr. A1. If you got any kind of custom music that you need, please reach out to our guy. You can find him at a1reality.music@gmail.com. If you got any issue, which you will if you pay attention, I'm sure there's going to be some angry fans out there. Please write us in at whatyabeenwatchingpodcast@gmail.com. Again, it's where you sent your submission. So, just follow up and go, dear ass faces, +1. I didn't know that your family tree was made full of ass faces. Now you know. Now you know. Michael, where else can they find us, brother?
You can find us online at facebook.com/Dudley Bros Podcast. We are on the YouTubes at WBW Podcast. We are also on Instagram at What You Been Watching. Or, we out there in them streets, making them hustles, making them deals.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Well, without any further ado, we got a lot of ground to cover. So let's not stand on ceremony for too long.
That's right. Why don't you take us off from where we left off?
Be my pleasure.
Give us a quick recap.
Okay, real quickly. We had Willy Wonka beat out Colt from Way of the Dragon. We had Jay and Silent Bob beat out Castor Troy. We had Blade beat out Hit Girl. We had Minnesota Fats beat out the shark from Jaws. We had Leatherface beat out Borat. Money Mike beat out Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. Gonna be honest, little bit of buyer's remorse on that one. Little bit.
Yeah, you think?
I don't usually say that publicly. There's tiny bit of buyer's remorse on that one. But we're gonna play the matchup as we were.
Yep.
So we have Miranda Priestley over Nurse Ratched. We have Ferris Bueller over Panky from next Friday. Merry Christmas, everybody. We have Trinity beating out Wolverine. Colonel Kurtz beating out Anton Chigurh. Kenbei Shimada. Right? Am I pronouncing his name right?
Oh, yeah.
Beat out the man with no name. Jessica Rabbit in a wild upset. Beat out Doc Holliday. Oh, you're muted, Michael.
How that happened, I have no idea. That to me still blows my mind. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but we literally have a Val Kilmer award for this very role, and yet somehow Cartoon City's won out. Although, you know what? Now that I've said it out loud, I've changed. Okay.
Yeah. Talk yourself back into it. You realize who you're talking to.
All right, now we got James Bond beat out Nick Fury. Indiana Jones beat out Austin Powers. The Pest beat out Ace Ventura. V for Vendetta beat out Farver from Super Troopers. And in our top right corner, we had Jack Sparrow beat out Tyler Durden in an easy victory. Show Enough beat out Marv from Sin City. Les Grossman beat out Rita Rataski of Live, Die, Repeat or Edge of Tomorrow. So close, though. So close. Napoleon Dynamite in another upset beat out Quint from Jaws. Samara from The Ring beat out Axel Foley. Genie, the animated one, beat out Ginger from Casino. Hannibal Lecter beat out Wicked Witch of the West. And the Dude beat out Jules and Vincent of Pulp Fiction fame. Mary Poppins beat Simba. The Xenomorph beat Dracula. Don't ask us how we got there. It was like, sir, have you met a hare? Have you met a hare to split?
Yeah.
Right.
Captain Lincoln Osiris beat out Ramirez. Battle of the painted face. 800 gonna beat out Pennywise the Clown. Leon Phelps beat out Leon the Professional. Hans Landa beat out Han Solo. Vito Corleone beat out Danny McBride, and This Is the End. And the Joker beat out the Riddler from 2022's The Batman.
Beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are up to speed with that. Without any further ado, let's dive right into it. We've got a lot of ground to cover. We're going to go straight to the top left. All right. We have Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder, taking on Jay and Silent Bob of Clerks. Michael, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Oh, man. This is going to be a tough one for me. Just as I've already established, I love Jay and Silent Bob. I'm a huge fan of the works of Kevin Smith, and that is the origin. That's the nascent beginnings of everything from which that well has sprung. Two really, really classy guys who are just up for a good time. Just a couple of rapscallions.
So classy. You see them at the country club, at the gala. Those are the types of places that they're frequenting.
Right. But yeah, that's my generation's. I guess Bill and Ted would be my generation's Bill and Ted. But you know what I'm trying to say. That being said, the entrance of Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, it cannot be understated how iconic that is. You talk about an entrance where you know everything you need to know about the character within the first 3 seconds of meeting them. That's it. That's where the bar lies. So I am going to go with Willy Wonka.
All right, one for Willy Wonka. Devin, what you got for us?
This is a pretty easy one. I'll just jump right out and say that it is Wonka. Jay and Silent Bob did inspire a generation of scumbag skater kids, which is great. That's awesome. I love it. I loved bumming around 7-Eleven, trying to steal a candy bar, steal a Slurpee, whatever I could get my mitts on. That would be great. But it's it just doesn't hit the same way that Willy Wonka does. That's generational, multi-generational. It's great. So gotta go the Wonka.
Willy Wonka for the sweep then. I'll save my thoughts on it in case we gotta bring some heat later. Willy Wonka moving on over Jay and Silent Bob, who fought well.
Yes.
All right, now we're gonna move on. This one's gonna be tough for me. All right, we got Wesley Snipes and Blade in the famous blood rave scene versus Minnesota Fats, Jackie Gleason of The Hustler. And Devin, I'm gonna ask you to start us off here, sir.
There isn't much more iconic than the music, the aesthetic, the sights that we're seeing, and the world that we're building out for Blade. And you just get to see so much. You get to know just how badass this character is so quickly. You get to see the gadgets, which I'm a huge sucker for. Seeing the spinning, it's not quite a shuriken, but the little pop out spinning thing that just cuts a bunch of the guys. Yeah, we could call it a boomerang. The vampire boomerang. That is so great. Then on the other side, you got Minnesota Fats, an incredible Jackie Gleason role. Really, really sets the tone so well of this just guy who's smarter than everybody. He's been working the circuit for his entire life. And within the span of 90 seconds, you get to know that he means business and you don't really want to mess around with him. And it's also just such a cool name. If I could go by Florida Slim, that would be pretty sick. I guess I'm young enough. He looks like he's 50 in that role. He may have been 30 because everybody used to look older in old movies. With all that being said, it does just have to go to Blade. It absolutely does. And I even have more to say about Blade. But I do love Jackie Gleason going toe-to-toe with Newman. That is a great combination and a great matchup to see those powerhouses, the character actor that is Jackie Gleason, and then just like the star of Paul Newman. It's great. So I love it.
All right, I hear that's a vote for Blade. All right, this one pained me because Blade, I owe a lot to that movie and the fact of it really kicked off that comic book movies getting serious, and that intro was like, sweet. Man, this is really tough. I actually am going to lean for Jackie Gleason in The Hustler, and it's actually it's a very thin margin, I'll tell you that. But the reason I say that is if atmosphere was a person, it would be Minnesota Fats in this movie. You know what I mean? What? Like he is the room. You know what I mean? Like when he comes in there, you've heard all this hype, you've heard all this stuff about him, then he walks in and he's just so cool. Like, and not even like cool, just like blood pressure, just the way he's dressed. He's got like the way he surveys the pool. He doesn't get on the level of the balls. He like surveys it like a hawk. That's just like, okay, it's strategy. It's not shot. You know what I mean? It's all, and it's just to watch somebody in total command. Not that Blade doesn't have total command. Who
was more in command? Who kills 80 people?
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Like Minnesota Fats, man. It's boss level, and it's. I gotta give it to him, man. It's just it exudes. I know it's black and white cameras, but you can just see the Rick James aura. They give it to me, baby. Come on. So that's my vote. But again, it's a really, really, really thin margin. I love Blade's intro. I don't have anything negative to say about it. So it's on you and Betty.
I'm sorry, I was lost in thought. I didn't hear the words you just said. I was thinking about that first scene where he introduced Blade and he steps into that cool ass leather coat and he's throwing the fucking blade around and then he's cutting vampires' heads off. Yeah, I was thinking about that because way cooler entrance than some dude coming up like, let's play some pool, yucky yucks. So and also Minnesota Fats took out the shark from Jaws, so I just have to have
I get it. Michael's a petty man. I get it though. All right, well, Blade's moving on then over Minnesota Fats. Ladies and gentlemen, straight down the aisle here we're going. We got Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the one back in the 70s, the original. Verse, hold up, wait a minute, let me put some pimping in it. Money Mike himself. Player. Yeah, that's right. And I'll start this one off. Michael, you were away. I do have a bit of buyer's remorse on this one. I don't usually do this. I know what you're saying, play what's in front of you. Kenshiro might be the better one, but again, I can't vote against Money Mike. He brings me so much joy, and it's from the second he's on screen, right? Uh-huh. And it's just, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go Leatherface on this one, but like I love Money Mike. And then the second I say I have buyer's remorse, and then I start talking about Money Mike, I'm like, do I? I don't know. I'm gonna go Leatherface. And it gratefully pains me.
That just shows how close it is. Like I have buyer's remorse, but now I'm thinking about it. Now I don't, and so which way is it actually going to go?
It also shows my instability just as a human being, and logically, and my fear of decision making. So,
somebody else decide for us, please. You know, we're gonna sit here in silence for the next 90 minutes while you guys decide and write in the comments, and then we'll be able to sort it out from there.
All right. So I'm going to go Leatherface on this one, and it pains me just because Money Mike is he's the man.
I think you're making the mature, wise decision on this one, sir, because I am also going to vote for Leatherface. As much as Money Mike is a hilarious character, and like you said previously, introduce us not only just to Money Mike, but to Cat Williams as a comedian and as a celebrity presence, undeniable. But Leatherface is the thing of nightmares, man. Like how many like that we talk about the thing from which all other tropes and things like that spring. Leatherface is that.
All right.
Money Mike is essentially just like a Cat Williams kind of stand-up set. You could see him telling that story in a stand-up set, and you would just be like, "Oh, this is hilarious! It's amazing." But it's like, yeah, we got it. We got it. That this is just a funny short pimp. Like he runs this weird clothing store. Like it's great. That'll do.
He just got the character so well. Everything from like it's so funny. Just everything. Yeah. Smallest details. This guy.
Well, I 100% see somebody like Money Mike existing in a place like Jacksonville, Florida. Like that is where his shop belongs. And I know that Cat Williams does like a decent bit of his stand up on like Jacksonville. and there's like one joke set that he has. And so I just think about that, and I think about him being in like some strip mall in Duval County, out in like off of Moncrief in northern Jacksonville, and it's like, yeah, no, that person almost certainly does exist. And so it is like it's a touching. It kind of touches on something of like, yeah, this is a real guy. But I mean, yeah, Leatherface, the horrors are real, and that is a absolutely horrifying one. Sweet for Leatherface.
Leatherface moving on over Money Mike. Shout out to the most famous county in the world, Duval. All right, moving on. We have in our next matchup Miranda Priestley versus Ferris Bueller.
I'll just say it again. Fuck Ferris Bueller. We've seen enough of this quirky, dumb little idiot. I've had it, and never forget that. Oh my God, what's his name? The actor's name.
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick killed somebody and then got away with it. So double screw him. We gotta go with Miranda Priestley. She is the Iron Maiden.
Not in that movie, but I hear you. Oh man! All right, Michael, what you got, man?
Oh, this is actually a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. For me, it's going to have to go to Ferris Bueller. Again, you talk about the quintessential icons of moviedom. Ferris Bueller's Day Off is one of those, and introducing us to that type of character. I guess not introducing it, but a new spin, a new, almost perfect take on that type of slacker, nonchalant character. That's Ferris Bueller, and I think that entrance is just undeniable. So I'm going to give it to Ferris Bueller by the thinnest of margins, though. So thin.
But it's like he is just talking. Like I get the whole fourth wall break. Yeah, that's unique to a degree. But at the same time, it's like that's just him providing exposition that is informing us of who he is, as opposed to what we see from Miranda Priestley, who just by context. Just by every single thing, without her ever saying, like, with it up until a certain point, without her saying a single word, you know exactly who she is, exactly how demanding she's going to be, how perfectly it sets up how, like, stone cold and straightforward this character is going to be about this life in, the field of fashion. That it's inimitable who she is, even within just the world of the movie.
No, I understand that. The Miranda Priestley entrance is very much show me, where the Matthew Broderick Ferris Bueller is very much tell me. And so it's two very drastically different styles on that. I just think that the tell me works just as well as the Miranda Tate show me for that character. So, for someone who's basically a con artist, it would make sense that he's opening, telling you about himself in the grandest of, not even the grandest of terms, but like he's aggrandizing himself and he's making himself look really, really good.
All right, my turn to decide.
Yep.
Crap. You both raise arguments that are completely valid.
Oh, not to mention that Stanley Tucci is in the scene right before Miranda Priestley shows up, going, "Good your lines." Amazing.
Pulling the Tooch card this early is a powerful move.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous here. I can't see.
What about the Tooch?
Yes.
What about the Tooch?
I cannot see Ferris Bueller go any further in this competition.
Underrated.
He has faked it through life constantly, and now he's going to move forward in this competition too.
I'm just going to say underrated performance of the week. Stanley Tucci as Herb Kazaz in BoJack Horseman. Underrated performance. That's what we're done. No, I am going to go for Ferris Bueller, and I think Miranda Priestley did it better. But the reason I'm going to do this is just the cultural impact of it. I think The Office, which is a multi-billion-dollar franchise, and Parks and Rec, and so many other shows that look at the camera with a quirky character, and it's all pulled from Ferris Bueller, and it's. In my opinion, the cultural influence of it is so much more. Even though I agree he is kind of annoying,
I think you may be talking to the wrong groups. I promise you, if you were to poll just 100,000 people in the area, guys and girls, that you would probably see that Miranda Priestley has a bigger impact on people's lives than Ferris Bueller does by a long shot, especially for millennials, Gen Z, and I guess maybe just those two.
I know, but then you're like, that's skewing the numbers of your poll. You're like, exclude all the people that are going to vote again. He's like gerrymandering like where I'm allowed to talk.
Well, Gen X, I could see there being a split, but I think there are a lot of women that are like Miranda Priestley is one of the most iconic characters of all time. Like Ferris Bueller, way further down on the list.
I would disagree.
That's,
Again,
I would also
think a lot of
disagree.
shows owe like the smash success of The Office and all the camera looking, like the what's it called, the other show, Modern Family and stuff like that. I think it all stems from him. So,
but that starts as like a mockumentary as opposed to a like an actual like fourth wall break.
He made breaking the fourth wall cool when they do talk to the audience.
But they'd already done mockumentaries at that point. There had already been things where people are stepping out and talking to it like, oh, it's not actually a documentary, and we're now talking to the camera crew. So it's not like it was actually some that inventive form of media or the way of a protagonist communicating with us.
I just think they owe a lot to Ferris Bueller. So
Yeah.
So I like Miranda Priestley. I think she did it better, but this is an impact one for me. So that's gonna take the cake on that one. Ferris Bueller moving on. Ferris Bueller moving on, much to Devin's chagrin.
Moving on.
Sorry about that. All right,
Tonka shame.
doing straight down the line here. We got Trinity.
Yes.
Versus Colonel Kurtz of Apocalypse Now. Look, I'll just be real here. I'll start us off. I'm going to vote Trinity. The scene is incredible. The way it's shot, the way it's, I mean, it's like, oh, what is the Matrix? Oh, you find out pretty quick, right? But you still don't know. It's just, there's something about that sequence, how, again, the impact of it, just how cool it was and just how it had never been seen before. I mean, everyone, especially like you planned to like, oh, hackers of the 90s. We didn't really know what hacking was. We just thought it was like, gotta bypass the da-da-da-da-da. And like, I'm into
the mainframe. I did it.
Yeah, right.
He's bypassing the firewall.
Root source it.
Right. So I'm gonna go Trinity on this one. Colonel Kurtz is awesome. Well, I'll let you guys talk good about him if we have to, but yeah, I'm going Trinity on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Kurtz because it is the buildup to meeting this man.
That's what I was gonna say.
Truly incredible. The lore that you hear about him, the idea of this man who may be more than man. And then when you meet him, you believe it. You think that this guy could be more than delusional, that he has like found this cult that worships the ground that he walks on. He is able to do whatever he wants there, and his like views on the US Army, on everything that's going on with the Americans in Vietnam, our occupation of that area is nuts. And it all lives up to the hype that had been built up for the previous. Well, I need a time check on when he actually comes into the movie, because it is a long time before you actually meet him. And there's very, very few characters that you can say build up that much anticipation, and when it culminates in actually seeing them, it lives up to the hype and it exceeds it. And so it has to be Kurtz. Bullet Time School, that's sick. But and I love the sound. There's something that hits a deep part of my brain of the typing in, because they use that same soundbite from the opening of the movie in the PS2 game for the Matrix, and so I love hearing that sound. But it just can't stand up to Kurtz.
I couldn't disagree more. But Colonel Kurtz comes in the final act, so it's like 2 hours in.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's 2 hours of build.
Yeah. He's only in the last like maybe 20 to 40 minutes of the movie. So
yeah.
Man, I can't believe it comes down to me. Oh, this one sucks. I don't want to do this. Oh man. This is hard decision time. I'm going to be honest with you, because again, like Devin said, the build up to meeting Colonel Kurtz. I mean, it's literally an entire river trip of people building this mythos about the aura that is Colonel Kurtz. But the impact of Trinity, I mean, like the first time we see her on screen, it kicks.
She literally kicks.
Yeah,
she jump kicks.
Yeah, it makes a deep impression and it only makes me want to find out more about this world. Like who is this chick? What is going on here? How is she doing the things she's doing? Like, it immediately raises all the right questions. See, I think personally, I don't want to do this, but I think, again, this is gonna have to go to a technicality, and I mean that literally.
We love technicalities.
This whole tournament's built on technicalities.
Yeah, exactly. If we didn't have technicalities, we would have nothing.
Technically, we meet Trinity's avatar and not Trinity until we are actually in the real world.
We could argue semantics on this one. The whole thing is that it's projection of your mind It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So is your mind?
Is
your mind's version of you, or yes. Let's get real meta with it. Let's have a philosophical conversation about it. Yeah.
Ironically enough, and just coincidentally enough, all these people look exactly like them they do in the real world. It's just crazy how that works.
Yeah.
It's lucky that it worked out that way.
I know. It's only in that shift.
It's a mess.
Right.
So I'm going to say yes there, but I'm not going to argue the semantics.
So, and like I said, the technology that was developed specifically for that movie revolutionized cinema, and that plays a big part in why Trinity got so far. But I think it's undeniable how much Colonel Kurtz, the impact that he has when we finally meet him, the weight that is suddenly simultaneously taken off of us of building this tension and building this impending, not even doom, just it's like meeting God for the first time. It's like, what do you say? What do you do? Like, it's got to go to Colonel Kurtz.
Colonel Kurtz moving on over Trinity. Did not see that one coming. I thought she was going to be doing very well in this tournament.
Kurtz is just such a freak. It's so good.
All right, here we go. We're moving straight down the line here. That was I didn't expect that. So we have Kinbei Shimida versus Jessica Rabbit. And Michael, I'm gonna let you start this one.
Oh man. Can't believe we don't have a fucking gunslinger in this one.
A card player in his introduction at the very, just to say.
Sure. Man, as much as I hate to do it, I don't hate to do it. It's going to be Kinbei Shimada. Yeah. The idea that we know everything we need to know about him as a character, his sense of honor, his sense of responsibility, his sense of fair play and
sense of boredom.
As good as Jessica Rabbit is, it's got to go to Shimada.
Okay, hear you.
She's not bad. She's just drawn that way.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Come on, Michael.
Devin, what you got for us?
I pretty much just echo what Mike's saying. I totally agree in terms of giving us a world of what's going on here, giving us this singular act where you see every aspect, the spectrum of who this person is. You get it all from Kinbei Shimada. And I mean, the Kurosawa of it all is pretty great. And just the build up to it, because you have no clue what's actually going on, but just all the context, everything that you're told, it leads you into it, and you're informed as you go on this journey, learning about who this guy is. And I love Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I will say I like Who Framed Roger Rabbit more than I like Seven Samurai. That is, it may be controversial, but I think that it is so great and so fun. And it's just, tethered to my childhood. And so it's got a special spot. And especially Jessica Rabbit has a special spot as well. But It does have to go to Kenbei, the old man, the first one to join the crew.
You know, I'm not mad at it. I just want to say this. When people would ask me, like, later in life, like, oh, who was your childhood crush? Like, whatever. It was never some sitcom star. It was never like, oh, because, like, we weren't Boy Meets, but it wasn't Topanga. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was cartoon, like April O'Neil and Jessica Rabbit. I am a dork.
Yeah.
Like, I am such a dork. It was like, I don't know. I guess Ashley on Fresh Prince is all right. Like, well, that April O'Neil. That's how it was, dude. Anyways, all right. Kenbei Shimada, moving on over Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah. I will say, you asked me which movie I want to watch right now.
That's the Matthew Dunn.
No,
it's hands down going to be Who Framed Roger
It's Who Framed, exactly. Yes, I would put. I may watch that today.
Yeah.
As soon as we're off of this recording, I may jump into that.
Sorry, Jessica.
I'm sorry, Jessica. Please, Anna, leave the room. I'm apologizing to Jessica Rabbit.
All right. Shanita's moving on. Then our next matchup, we have James Bond and Dr. No versus Indiana Jones. Who started us off last?
I'll start us off. It's fine.
Go ahead.
This one, again, this is me killing one of my darlings because growing up, Marcus, our dad was huge into James Bond, and so we watched all of those movies repeatedly,
Yeah, but he's stupid, so why would we need to listen to what he has to say? You heard me, I'm calling you out, Scott Dudley.
He will respond to that. You will get an angry
I know, I'm not excited about it. I apologize.
It's too late.
Take it back already.
No. I say go forward. Let's do it. But that being said, the introduction of Indiana Jones is iconic. And you asked me which one would I rather be? Hands down, I would rather be Indiana Jones. 100%.
In reality, it seems so cool to be one of these guys, but I feel like it would kind of suck. It's like
shot at or so there's that.
You're always about to die. Like, you live a high and fast life, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay, that really sucked. Another chick that I slept with got murdered. All of my associates are dead, and I watched people's faces get melted off, which means that God is real. And so now I have to confront that. Oh my God. But that like
put it that way.
Yeah. That just came to me as you were saying that.
I gotta start going to church. Jesus.
Yeah. I can't be halfway around the world. Yeah. Yes. God, love it.
So Michael. So who are you voting for, though, Michael? You left off on who
it's gonna be Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Okay, Andy. I'm sorry if I missed that. I apologize. And I didn't just to stop your train of thought there, Devin.
That was me. That was me who got in there.
No, you're on fire, bro.
All right, what do you think? I got my spiel out there. I want to hear yours.
Yo, I'm gonna go James Bond. And I can explain it if you want me to.
Let's hear a little expound upon that.
One, I guess
look at him getting his lawyer stance. Listen,
one of them both launched the franchise, but like James Bond, there's only, if you poll everybody in the world, right, and you say if everyone in the world, half of the population have seen one franchise, most people are going to answer Star Wars. Incorrect.
Marvel.
James Bond. Yeah, because it's been around. I know, right? Well, hey, that's the largest intellectual property on the planet.
Yeah.
So, no, James Bond is the answer. So at least half the population has seen a James Bond movie due to its longevity, right? And the globe trotting, it's whatever. It's
and there's 68 of them. So
it's 24 of them. Also,
longevity.
That's why
longevity doesn't lend itself to credibility or make it more legitimate. There are 30 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. You could not pay me to watch a single episode of that. I just saw a reel recently where a woman had a gun in her uterus because she shoved it like inside of her, and then it shot out of her. I don't know.
It's on an episode of Grey's Anatomy?
Yes, yeah.
No, I don't. I agree with you. Longevity doesn't necessarily make it all good. There's been a lot of sequels to a lot of bad movies. What I'm saying, though, is the introduction of that character clearly was something there. In that intro, I was gonna save this for later, but like I love Indiana Jones. I'm not gonna take shots at Indiana Jones. This is dope, right? Coming out the shadows with the whip, like who is this dude? And why didn't you just bring a pistol? It works way more efficiently. Let's be honest here. Like,
he doesn't want to kill, but he will if need be.
But the way what people sleep on is the way when James Bond first introduces himself and became so iconic. Is yes, it's Bond, James Bond. He's not saying it to be like I'm outright cool. The woman that he's talking to says her last name first. In the scene of the movie,
sure,
he's doing it to flirt with her, and so he said this iconic thing, just being suave. She's like, I forget her name. It's like Saint Maria, and he's like Bond, James Bond, and he's fucking with her. And so it just emphasizes how cool this dude is to say what he's saying back, set up this iconic line, and it's really like, yo, I'm really just hitting on him.
I'm just trying to get in there, son.
Yeah, and so that's it's so smooth to me, and so that's why I got to go James Bond.
I had never thought about it like that, and I to be honest, did not realize like in watching it like that was the context, and that is incredible. That's such a cool thing and it's almost like the "No, Luke, I am your father." It's still quoted the right way, but like the context is kind of misremembered. It's not him just being this ice cold, secret agent who can kill anybody or get any gal. But he's just he is this suave guy, and it does cover this flirtatious thing. That's amazing, but it does have to go to Indiana Jones because I love it. The adventure, the wonder, the whimsy, the soundtrack when he's coming in, it's so good, and it is something that's really special.
I feel I just wanted to put that out there, though. Yeah, you're right. It is very lost in the sauce of what he's doing. It's not like he comes out of the shadows and like, and you, sir, and he steps in. He's like, Bond, James Bond. It's like, why would you like? You'd be like, why would you say it like that?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like a bad joke. You better really be sure it's funny if you're going to be that edgy or if you're going to say something that ridiculous. But the fact that he just says it smooth back to that lady, he's just like, yeah, Bond, James Bond. What's up?
You made it a lot closer than it was going to be in my mind just from realizing that. That is sick.
You're welcome. Yes, the nuance, my friend. All right, well, Indiana Jones moving. That's a heavyweight match we just went through there. People don't realize that. Great day.
That was a knockout.
Two incredible IPs.
Exactly. All right, moving on. We have The Pest of August. John Leguizamo versus V for Vendetta.
I'll let you guys just guess what I'm going to vote on this one based off of our.
I know that.
No, I watched The Pest and I loved it. No, I didn't. You couldn't pay me.
Man, I actually really like these entrants, but I'm gonna vote for The Pest. I'm being honest. You just call it bias. You can call it whatever.
I mean, this is all about your personal choice. Yeah,
it's like not even just like, oh, I wanted to win it all. That like I like it more than V for Vendetta. It's like it's more entertaining. It's silly. I really like it.
I will say, you know who doesn't sing his own entrance theme music? V for Vendetta, which is why it's going to go to The Pest.
He does have a poem. An alliterative.
Is he doing it in silly voices? No.
Pretty much. Hugo Weaving is definitely putting on some affectation while he's doing it. Yeah.
Just like Samara Weaving's uncle.
What?
Whoa.
She played Ted's daughter in Ted. She's in The Bride and
Ready or Not.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
That's awesome. Wow, she's great. He's great.
Yeah,
love it.
Anyways, all right, The Pest.
Did you know Sofia Coppola is related to Francis Ford?
Whoa. Let me tell you about Nick Cage.
I know, right?
Wow.
All right, my friends, we are done with the left column for now. We are going to come back to it. All right. But for right now, we're going to go to the top right corner. In this one, this is going to be tough for me. We have Captain Jack Sparrow versus Sho'nuff of The Last Dragon. Somebody take this besides myself, please, and thank you.
Who's the baddest?
Sho'nuff. Am I the prettiest?
Sho'nuff.
We were talking about this off mic. The appeal, and this has nothing to do with his introduction, just we didn't really get a chance to talk about him in the villain bracket like this. He's just an asshole. He doesn't want to.
Yes.
Like, I heard somebody's better than me, and he just ruins everyone's mood.
Fuck you.
He's just an ass.
Not even confirmed. He just heard a rumor that there was somebody named Bruce Leroy who was teaching karate better than him, and he was like, "This will not stand. Not only will this not stand, I'm about to fuck up not only Bruce Leroy's day, I'm fucking up everybody in that theater's day because I'm about to go down there and start whipping ass."
I'm gonna make a show of it, and I am gonna be the baddest. I'm gonna be the baddest MFer. Show enough. God, it's so.
Wrestling post-apocalyptic world.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's so good.
Man.
The show go to Harlem.
Yes.
God, he's such an asshole.
That being said,
if you haven't seen this movie, please go watch The Last Dragon. Like, please do. Do yourself a favor.
It's so good. Yeah.
Anyways,
you even get like the idea that he's insecure a little bit. Like you can kind of see that, whether it's intentional or not. You can kind of see that, he's frightened about Bruce Leroy, about there being somebody better than him. So there's even depth to like, or at least I pull like some depth from it of him being like, if somebody is better than me, then this is going to be like, I don't have anything then. My house built on sand is going to collapse if Bruce Leroy is as bad as people are saying he is.
Literally has nothing else for. All these women going to leave me if they find out I'm not the baddest. I'm not the prettiest. Everything else like one linchpin. The baddest linchpin, right there.
Yes.
The whole stage comes crashing down.
I know, right?
Yeah, yep.
Well, he's taking on Jack Sparrow. Mike, why don't you talk about it?
I was going to say, that being said, it's still not as good as Jack Sparrow dipping in on that sinking boat as he's. I was actually watching it the other day, when he actually pauses to take his hat off and show respect when he sees the pirates that have been strung up and stuff like that.
Yes.
Just the iconic. I mean, he's got the windswept hair and his scarf blowing in the breeze. Like, you can't look no better than that walking, coming into a show like that. It's untoppable. As bad and pretty as Shonuff is, he ain't as bad and pretty as Captain Jack Sparrow.
I'm going Captain Jack on this one.
I've watched Shonuff's intro, I think, like 3 times just since the last time that we recorded because I love it so much. But yeah, it is Sparrow. It's got to be Sparrow.
I'm glad you took the time to appreciate that, Devin. When you watch that, you're like, why is this important? You're like, you know what? When somebody doesn't get it and you want him to get it, it's so frustrating. I'm glad that you got it.
No, I got it very, very quickly. I loved it.
You know what, Sam? You just don't get it.
The glow, when you got the glow, when the glow, when you got the glow. This is wrote 2 lyrics.
Yeah.
Watching Wall of Famer Shonuff officially.
The fact I'm happy it moved on. At least once. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, Jack Sparrow's taking that one.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Les Grossman versus Napoleon Dynamite. Devin, why don't you fire us off, buddy?
There's something so like not liminal about Napoleon Dynamite. You feel like you're in a weird room in a mall that you've never been in before, and your brain just kind of can't compute what it's like putting together when you're seeing this. And that's how I feel when I watch like Napoleon Dynamite for the first time. Hilarious, but at the same time, something that I'm just so far removed from. I have no idea what it's about, but you get it so quickly from the introduction of Napoleon, from him, everything, just him sitting there waiting for the bus with the frizzy hair, stupid shirt and pants, and the moon boots. Getting out of or getting on the back of the bus with the kids. I think I talked about this a little bit before already, but yeah, dragging the superhero behind. I think it's He-Man, and it's so funny. So I feel like it just barely edges out Les Grossman, and I like Les Grossman more as a character as a whole, because not being able to know that it's Tom Cruise, incredible. The fact that he is just lambasting like movie executives, producers, and stuff like that, showing how heartless and cruel like the process really is so funny, and does it absolutely perfectly while being this paunchy, hyper energetic, high blood pressure guy who is willing to go toe to toe with a drug triad syndicate. It is We are Flaming Dragon. You go, okay, Flaming Dragon. Well, I want you to stand there and I want you to step back from the phone and literally fuck your own face. It's such good line readings, better character, and even the introduction is amazing too. But I think Napoleon Dynamite just has this weird quality to it that really hits for me.
I'm actually inclined to agree with you. I like Les Grossman a lot more as a character, and if we were doing character outros, his would be probably top 5.
Yes,
but yeah, no. The anybody that has to says it's going to take NATO to get a fucking binding resolution to stop me from fucking you up is one of those guys. Fucking binding resolution. But that's not the intro.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna go. Despite as much as I want Les Grossman to win, I do think he has one of the greatest 50 character introductions of all time. I really do. But I gotta go Napoleon Dynamite on this one. So
top 32.
Yes, I'm
right.
Yeah. So Napoleon Dynamite's moving on. All right, on the next one. Oh, this is gonna be tough too. Like, I guess these are supernatural creatures. We have Samara from The Ring versus Genie from Aladdin. Michael, why don't you start us off on this one?
As previously stated, I am a big fan of people singing their own intro songs, so it's going to go to Robin Williams as the Genie.
I'm not even going to say her name. I don't want to because I don't. Like I said, I'm going to carry this over. I can't. I remember for a month. No, it was longer than a month. It was like 4 months afterwards. Whenever I was washing my face in the shower, I would keep my eyes open when I was washing my face and like wash around here. So that way she didn't sneak up on me in the shower because I was so scared. It got me so good.
I love it. I love it.
And just showering with the shower curtain and the door wide open, just like.
Somebody want to come in here? Make sure that.
Like a meerkat.
Devin, honey, why are you bathing in your swim trunks?
She didn't kill anybody when they were showering themselves outside with a hose. Okay, that's why.
Right. All right. Well, Genie's gonna move on this one. I think I said it in the last episode. I remember like when The Ring came out, everyone was like, "Oh, this is the horror movie." I thought it was largely pretty boring. I don't think it was a bad movie, but I thought she was the best part of it. And I'm like, okay,
for sure.
It was so scary. I'm like, when the caterpillar jumped out, like, what the hell are we doing? I don't know. But anyway,
when the horses went crazy, that was terrifying. They jump off into the boat propeller and just kill themselves. I
walked away being like, I don't know. Either way,
how old were you when that came out?
I was pretty well into my teenage years.
Yeah,
because I 2002, 2004, something like that.
And I saw it a couple years after release, and so I think I was like 12 or something, and so just hit me at a more impressionable time.
I think, I don't know when it came out, but I think I was like 16 or something like that. I just remember everybody. The ring. And I was like, I just saw it kind of, but I remember her intro. She's on the list for a reason. We're going to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Genie's moving on because, Robin Williams, hard to compete with that.
Oh, so fun.
Moving straight down, we have Hannibal Lecter and Silence of the Lambs versus the Dude of the Big Lebowski fame.
Woofed. Why don't you start us off here, Marcus?
Man,
yes.
This is like such an odd comparison. This is why we do the tournaments, so we can get these kind of matchups.
It's so good though.
It's
could not be more separate if we tried.
Yes.
Yeah.
Imagine the Dude getting caught by Buffalo Bill. Oh, come on, man. I put the fucking lotion on. What do you want from me?
I think Hannibal Lecter would be bored instantly trying to analyze the Dude. It's so simple. My just like initial reaction of just what I feel is right, I think is the Dude. But like I don't really know why I back that up. It's just like I'm tipping the scales here. I'm like, which one do I like more? Which one do I think is better? And I keep ending up on the Dude.
Which one do you want to hang out with more?
Yeah, that's the Matthew Dudley aspect. Yeah, definitely.
That's why I was gonna go Hannibal Lecter.
You'll learn something, and then you'll forget everything. Yeah.
Oh, then I'll die.
I don't know. I just man, it's really tough because it's Anthony Hopkins and like the whole intro, he like doesn't blink or anything. But like the Dude, you get the character instantly. You know what I mean? With Hannibal has so many layers.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many layers, and that he does hint at those layers in those introduction. Like I'm really torn on this one. Again, when I keep tipping the scales, going like, I keep coming back to the dude. And I don't really know why. I know it's not a good argument. It doesn't make a good audio podcast or whatever. It's just where I'm at.
Sometimes you just feel how you feel. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And sometimes feelings are wrong. It's okay. These are like 2 10 out of 10 movies. I love both of these movies so much. I do like The Silence of the Lambs more just because it's such an incredible feat for horror, and what it was able to do to win all 5 of the big awards at the Oscars is nothing short of absolutely unbelievable, especially for a horror movie. And maybe the largest part, it's hard to say. I mean, Jodie Foster is so incredible in that too, but right up there, 1A, 1B is Jodie Foster's Clarice Starling and Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter. And I know it's kind of going incredible iconic character to incredible iconic character, but the coldness and the psychopathy that you can see from Hannibal Lecter from the second that you're meeting him, that it's this descending order of crazier, and then he's just standing there. He's just standing there menacingly, and you, within a split second, you're like, that's the scariest person you've ever seen. To even with the glass wall, you would not want to be close, and you would be pushing yourself up against that wall to be as far away from this man as possible. And I love the dude. And so it's hard to go Hannibal Lecter, but I gotta.
Okay. That's fair.
And literally, if I were to go even split of like, Hannibal Lecter, the dude, overall character, it's very close.
It's fair. Michael, what you got for us?
I liked how Devin talked about, the Hannibal Lecter being a very layered character. I gotta say, just counterpoint, I think the dude is so beautifully simplistically layered. I mean, like, he's on the surface, he is he's a simple guy. He wants just the basic things that he likes, and he wants to bowl, he wants to have a
white Russian
every once in a while, have a white Russian, have a beverage man, and he's fine, but beneath that is such a complex layering of almost Zen Buddhist mastery, or this sort of Taoist, I'm not trying to change the river's not going to change me, I'm just in the river, and I am the stone that it washes against, like that kind of, it's a very complex, very layered character that is masked at the most like simplistic surface level. That being said, I think I'm going to go with Hannibal Lecter for all the reasons that Devin has also stated, in terms of there's this buildup of Clarice Starling having to go meet Hannibal Lecter and being told, she's reading his file about, he ate this dude's tongue and served, some musician's brains to his, reading club, or something like that.
I gotcha.
And so it's to have this image, this focus of this absolute lunatic, this complete psychopath with no regard for human life, and then to have that juxtaposed by this disturbing calmness, just not moving a muscle, but you can tell that he's analyzing and watching everything that Clarice Starling is doing the second she walks into his field of view.
All right. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
He has emptied the tank on Hannibal Lecter. Y'all could have just been like Hannibal, and couldn't save it.
well put. Well, I didn't know how Mike was leading, so I was like, and I hit a line.
No, you're good. No, it was.
Okay.
Look, I'm not going to stop when you're producing great content and well thought out stuff.
It's not that I'm arguing for Hannibal Lecter. I'm trying to justify why I'm not choosing the dude.
I need to sleep at night, and I need to tell my.
Yeah, exactly. I have to live with these decisions, man.
When I look at my Big Lebowski poster in my college dorm room that I live in still, I have to make sure that I have a reason
I get it. No, I do. I apologize to Yoshi often. I played as Luigi today. I'm so sorry. Anyways, all right, moving straight down the line. Here's another just odd matchup. Couldn't be further. We have Mary Poppins versus Xenomorph, an alien, chest buster himself.
But you know that Mary Poppins would be able to kill a Xenomorph very easily. She'd just be able to do anything to be able to make sure that she gets her way, pull some shit out of her bag, be able to blap one real quick.
When they're writing like all the things they want for the nanny and throw it in the fire. It's like, protect us from space creatures just in case.
Okay.
Pulls out the blicky. Catch up on the England. Mary Poppins versus Xenomorph. I know, right?
A clip full of bullets make the Xenomorph go down in the most delightful way.
Right. All right. Well, now that we've sang song about it, I guess I'll start us off. I'm going to use this argument later on some things, but there's something about a simplicity, man. There really is something about, like, I don't need a full to-do when it comes to being introed. It's just sometimes it's simple, it's fun, it's iconic, and both of these have it in spades. Mm-hmm. And it was a lot more to get to the chest bursting scene than it was. I feel like in terms of Mary Poppins, like, we all knew the premise of it. The alien thing we weren't really sure on, just giving previews or whatever. But, like, it's tough, man. There's just something about the simplicity of just knocking it out of the park and go, I got a good idea for an intro. What if blank? And it just stays the test of time. You're like, damn.
Right.
Like, that's, yeah. And so you're going to hear me say that argument again because it does truly resonate with me, right? It's like, we get it. Boom. Like, let's go. We got a movie to tell here. I'm gonna, I think, lean Xenomorph, but I'm reluctant only because, and it's not that scene's fault, and so I'm trying to separate that in the added lore of the Xenomorph, where they overly complicate Weyland Yutani trying to get him back to Earth and blah 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 blah. Like that scene of it being just like blam in a horror movie, like that's crazy. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's as equally iconic as Mary Poppins. And I feel like there was a lot of work from H.G. Geiger, I think his name is, to get there, and a lot of practical effects. I'm going to give it to more of, like, I respect what Mary Poppins does. I won't take a shot at her entrance, but I'm just going to lean on the Xenomorph on this one for, like, just the practical effects of it all. And just, so they're so even in so many categories and what I find important that it's just like, I don't know, man. Practical effects.
Sure. Yeah.
That does a lot of heavy lifting for me in a lot of situations. Practical effects are amazing.
Devin, you want to take it off?
No, all you.
Oh, okay. I am also going to give it to the Xenomorph, but this, again, I've said it before, I will definitely say it again, by the thinnest of margins, because we're comparing, apples to xenomorphs, basically. So how do we, how do you compare? I mean, the one thing the xenomorph didn't do, fly in on an umbrella right when the children needed him most, But yeah, again, it's the buildup of getting through, the face hugger scene, and it's the tension and of building, this is the first contact with alien life forms and stuff like that. And what is the implications of this? What is happening? And then to have literally something burst forth out of somebody's chest at the most inopportune and surprising of times. And it only ramps up from there. It only gets more devastating and more deadly and more dangerous. That was good alliteratives, by the way. So yeah, it's going to have to go to the chest burster.
Yeah, I mean, talk about bursting onto the scene. That's an incredible way to do it. I would still go Mary Poppins. I feel like it's so great. Just flying in, whimsical, delightful. You know what you're getting into. She's here to help the kids. She's gonna do a great job of it. And Dick Van Dyke is gonna love her. So
right,
has a wonderful British accent in that movie. By the way.
Yeah. He really nails it. Oh, what's all this then? I'm just a chimney sweep. Yeah, I forgot how bad that was.
Probably one of the worst of all time.
Yeah, that and Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves in Dracula.
I was going to say Winona Ryder in Dracula, but
that is both. Yeah, both, and somehow that movie persists. That's awesome.
I'm glad I'm glad. That
Well, yes.
I'm glad that Devin voted for Mary Poppins because I was wanting to see which way he was going to go, because if he had voted for the Xenomorph, I was actually going to vote for Mary Poppins just because I feel like she needs to have at least one vote of representation in this round.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, this was like splitting hair in terms of like just both of them are so iconic. But yeah, it was. Again, Xenomorph's moving on, but believe me, if you guys if it would have been Mary Poppins to move on, there'd be like, I get it, kind of situation.
Yeah.
She deserves it. Yeah. So, all right, with that, we got Captain Lincoln Osiris of Tropic Thunder fame versus Arnie, the T-800 in the Terminator.
Used to be a saucier down in San Antone.
Yeah, now if we're talking just funny,
cook yourself some crab apples.
That's how we talk.
What do you mean, you people?
That's right. He's so good in that movie. All right, but no, this is the scene where it starts with the 5 books. One got made into movies, whatever, and this is the story of that movie. And it opens up on like the helicopter sweeping in over Hawaii, which backs for Vietnam, and they load up. Get this ASMFP. Get this chicken shit chop. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So, man, Arnie's T-800, if I just look at him coming in the ball of electricity, butt naked with like the portal coming in, like it's so dope. If it was like, the argument was for a screenshot, right? It was just like, it would be T-800 by a landslide, right? And now the scene that follows is hilarious as well, because it's showing him like going through all the options in his eye or in his mind, being like, he's taking the jacket and all that stuff. Like, it's so good. It's so good. But like, I get so much joy every time I hear Captain Lincoln Osiris. It's like this introduction. It's a punch in the face, and it's like, what are we into? And there's something said for just being like, there's no subtlety in that performance. From the moment that you see him, it's like, oh, this guy is whoever. Like, people know, oh, Robert Downey Jr. was entitled enough to play like blackface or whatever. He was, but more than that, he's playing a character that thought that it was okay to be because not only that, he doubles down and plays like, it's the absurdity of it all. And so from the opening sequence, it's just like, oh, we're in this. We're not tiptoeing our way into this movie. The only tiptoeing you got was the fake previews. That's it.
Right.
And boom.
Yes.
Like we're off to the races.
Yeah. That was dipping your toe in the pool.
Yeah. And so just the performance alone, and like Arnie's performance, like, again, I don't mind when people are like, Keanu Reeves doesn't act very well in The Matrix. He was written to be very robotic. Again, I'm not saying that Keanu Reeves he did exactly what it was. John Wick. He's a man of few words. Great. Play into those. He's great in John Wick, Same thing with Arnie as the T-800. It's like, I don't need this guy to say a bunch of things. They clam it up later in the second one with like, I'll be back and Hasta La Vista and stuff. But in the first one, he's just a killing machine, But like, just the performance of RDJ in this, I just got to give it to him. It's just it's a either the worst foul ball strikeout of all time, and you're like, oh God, we're in this for 2 hours. Right. Or it's immediate contact, first pitch of the game, boom, like we're setting the tone here, and you just get that contact, and that's what you got with RDJ. So that
could have ruined like everybody's careers.
Oh yeah.
That could have not to mention they doubled down with doing blackface and Ben Stiller as Tux Beeman as Jack, as Simple Jack.
And they did Asian face.
Yes. Yeah. Oh God.
So I gotta go Captain Lincoln Osiris. Sorry.
Time to go technicality mode. Because Captain Lincoln Osiris is not a character in the movie. It is the actual actor's name, Hugh Lazarus or something Lazarus. Kirk Lazarus. And so it's technically Kirk Lazarus. So I love Captain Lincoln Osiris, and I understand for the purpose of the routine, what we're doing right now, that it is Lincoln Osiris, but there is something where the opposite of telling you everything you need to know is so sick. And so when the T-800 shows up and that ball of lightning shows up and the truck is just cut out, it's so cool that it is undeniable. Nobody can watch that movie and go, that scene and go, that's okay. You go, what the fuck was that? Mm-hmm. That's amazing. And if I don't know everything about that character, I gotta know everything about that character. So it hooks you immediately. It's the opposite of telling. It is we're gonna learn, and I cannot wait to learn. So I gotta go with T800.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I am going to give this one just barely, just by the thinnest of hairs, to the T800. I don't feel good about that decision. It literally hurts me inside. But we talk about iconic entrances and things that established, an intellectual property that would span probably way longer than it should have been. But yeah, Arnie's entrance in the original Terminator is, again, it set the standard. That thing now became the thing to imitate and repeat, and became the trope that everyone else now had to do. So as much as I love Lincoln Osiris or RDJ playing Kirk Lazarus, playing
a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude, one might say.
Yeah. I think that's a one of one. Like you get one shot at that, and they hit it, and then you can't mess with that anymore. Like that's unrepeatable, almost to its detriment. So I'm going to give this just barely to the T800.
All right, T800 moving on. Pardon me, I'm muting my mic. They decided to start blowing leaves at 3:30 in the afternoon. So
it's a great time to do so.
I know, I'm not too mad, but yeah, it's not great. So unfortunately, just bear with us on that. For some of the audio, we'll just address it here and now. If you hear leaves in the background, that's what it is. So T800 moving on over Captain Lincoln Osiris. I did not see that one coming, honestly. That's why we play the game. That's why we play the game.
I've watched Tropic Thunder probably 50 times. It's insane how many times I've actually watched that, and in no small part because of Lincoln Osiris.
Right. Again, you asked me which one you want to watch right now.
Yes. Oh, that's kind of a toss-up one. I don't know, but I would lean Tropic Thunder.
All right, we're gonna move on. We got Leon Phelps, the Lady of the Main, taking on Hans Landa. This is a tough matchup for old Leon. This is a tough matchup. I'll be honest with you. It's a tough matchup for Leon.
I mean, I appreciate an underdog, and I wish Leon Phelps the best of luck, but there's just this is a blowout match for me. I love watching the ladies' man, but Hans Landa's introduction in Inglourious Bastards absolutely dominates on this one. 100%.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say nice things.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that Leon Phelps got the win. He deserves to be on here. I genuinely think, especially comedic interest, it needs to be on this list, especially given our podcast would be frauds if we didn't include it. But no, Hans Landa, that's I'm just gonna write down Hans Landa. We'll save what we're all gonna say for a tougher matchup.
Yeah.
What do y'all mean? You think I'm hiding Jews under my floorboard? That couldn't be the case.
Oh man!
Just enjoy a glass of Hennessy. Cavassier. Come on.
Yeah, he offers them Cavassier instead of milk. That's fine. I got everything but the glass. All right, so we're moving on. Shout out to Leon Phelps, the ladies' man. What you been watching, Wall of Famer?
That was a hard wall to hit, man. That was a
long shot for old Leon.
No chance.
All right, we got Vito Corleone versus the Joker in our next matchup. I don't know what to say, man. This is like
This is a tough one, and just because of originality, and we get to see more of the actual kind of ethos, pathos, whatever you want to call it, of Vito Corleone, as opposed to the Joker. I mean, you understand the Joker. You see what is happening, willing to kill his own men, doesn't give a single shit about them. He is just about this mission and his intent to spread chaos throughout Gotham. and it sets it up very quickly. And I shout out to who I would like to nominate for character actor Hall of Fame is William Fichtner, the bank, the guy who runs the bank there. Do you know who you're stealing from?
Yeah, no, that guy's awesome. He's in everything.
William Fichtner, he's incredible. You and your friends are dead. It's so good.
Shout out to Cole.
So yes, big shout out to him. But what you see from The Godfather, from Marlon Brando is just bar none. It's masterclass of acting, incredible, and how he pulls and pushes on this deal that he's about to make just rules. It's so good. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Vito.
All right, Michael, what you got for us?
Oh man, see, here's the thing: is the Joker is definitely a much more, I hate to say active, but a much more intense and faster paced introduction. You know,
Totally.
Vito Corleone's entrance is much more subtle. It's much more subdued. It's a lot longer of a burn. Not so much to where if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it, because they definitely do a good job of representing that this is a man to be feared, respected, and, you know, you got to make sure your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed before you say one word to this guy, or else he will light your world up, you know. That being said, the Joker is an agent of chaos, and we know everything we need to know about him in the first 3 minutes of, just again by his own henchmen talking about him and how crazy he is and how he just doesn't give a shit, and he's just who knows what he wants. You know, he's a dog chasing a car that wouldn't know what the fuck to do with it. But man, oh man, oh man, oh man, this is going to be hard. And I hate to do it. I'm going to have to edge it out to Vito Corleone, just by the thinnest of margins. Because it is the slow burn, and because it is the subtlety, and it's very layered, and we know everything about Vito Corleone from just the way, not even what he says, but the way other people interact with him.
I was going to vote the Joker, just being honest with you.
Okay.
That thing is just dope. There's a couple things. Well, I was going to save it. Well, I'll save an argument, but yeah, I was going to vote the Joker. I just think it's an all-time. But I get it's one of these. There's so many that we have listed here that it's hard for me to be upset. Like there's a couple you're like, really, but like,
especially when you're comparing two wildly different genres. I mean, like the Dark Knight and the Godfather. It's like how. I don't know.
Crime movies.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, right.
and we mentioned it. Well, we'll touch on it now because I didn't know how far the Joker was going to go. But like
Heat.
All your favorite action movies owe a lot to Heat. Like the way that was shot, and even then there's a joke where rest in peace, the late great Val Kilmer, he does a gun reload in the movie. And Marine trainings that and this is true. Like the guy came on and he said, if you can't reload your weapon, your firearm faster than an actor in Hollywood, you're not going to make it. You're not going to, because Val Kilmer did it so perfect and so clean. And it's like that scene that they do is the ultimate in terms of spatial awareness and knowing where one guy is when you see somebody move in the background and you follow them. Like it is a masterclass when they do
especially
the sound
around them.
Yeah, the sound design as well. Just the blap that the guns have is so incredible. Yeah. You really, really hear it. It helps you feel like you're in this gun battle in the middle of downtown. Like it is there.
It's the way it echoes. If you're like 3 blocks away, you're like, what the fuck is going on over there? Yeah, no. I love the Joker sequence. They if you're going to pull inspiration and you're going to do something like that's what we're going to use, I am not going to be mad at you for pulling something of that high caliber and being like, hey, that's the blueprint. Oh, well, you think we should? I don't know. What do they do? Let's do it like that.
Right.
Please do it. It's so sick.
Just putting that up on screen and doing just do that. Just do our version of that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right, Vito Corleone moving over to the Joker. We're going to go through this next round, then we're going to take a break and we get to the final four so we can collect our thoughts. But we are down to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're in our Sweet 16 right now.
Sweet 16.
So let's get it going. We'll take a break after this. So first one, we got Willy Wonka versus Blade.
Oh.
My guys, I'm just going to be real with you. I'm going Willy Wonka. And if I need to defend it, I will. I'm going Willy Wonka.
It's so tough because 2 words, blood rave. Blood rave. How insane is a blood rave?
See, I'm just trying to think of which one is the more iconic dresser.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, I think Marcus has got you there. That for sure.
He has a
The purple
top
suit.
hat with a purple suit, bro. You in a boat, man? Get out of here.
It's him and Money.
Accessories.
Him and Money Mike.
Who accessorizes more, Blade?
Him and Money Mike have the same clothier.
I know. He said it like. Oh, never mind. I'll defend it if I want.
No, I don't think you have to. I said the 2 words, but even then, Willy Wonka just really nails it.
Yeah.
God.
Sorry. I think it's going to be a sweep for me as well because, again, we know everything we need to know about the character of Willy Wonka within the first 30 seconds of meeting him, and it's such an iconic entrance. You know, him stumbling out and pretending to fall and then jumping up like, "Hey, kids, let's go have some fun." Meanwhile, he's planning child murder within his
save that
warehouse of destruction.
Save that because we're going to expand upon that. But no, I all loved Blade. It has a great run. There's a lot of people on this list that would beat all the way through. But yeah, man, it's Willy Wonka for me. So decided it's moving on. In our next match, we have Leatherface versus Ferris Bueller.
I wish Ferris Bueller was driving along a Texas road and his car broke down, and then he has the ultimate displeasure of walking into that house, absolute silence, sound drops out, standing right there, boom, thud, hit the floor, convulsing, horrifying, and so visceral. And it has to go to Leatherface.
He's like, my quirky antics aren't going to get me out of this.
He turns to camera and goes, "Uh-oh, I think I'm about to die and get eaten." Oh, my dad's going to be so mad.
His friend is finally like, apologize to me. I knew you were going to get me fucking killed.
I
knew it.
Yeah. Cameron's just looking at him like, Ferris, I knew this was going to happen. I told you, I was just going to stay in bed today. I told you
Ferris,
I was going to feel well.
He's already on a meat hook and Cameron's staring at him. He's just like, why'd you have to do this, Ferris? This sucks.
He's turning him into an actual sausage.
The sausage cage of Chicago.
I'm going to go Leatherface here just because that bit was too damn good. Yeah, shout out to Ferris Bueller. Let's Leatherface though, man. So, Michael, what you got? Any thoughts on it? Or?
I mean, I was going to vote for Leatherface, but at this point, I'm going to vote for Ferris just because I feel he should have one vote of representation in this round. So,
he was spoken about.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, we got in our straight down the line. We got Colonel Kurtz versus Kande Shamida. Devin, you got to start this one.
I know, and
you created this.
I'm so torn on it. Because two of the most iconic introductions. I mean, we're getting down to it now. I guess I can stop saying that. They're all iconic at this point. We don't have any stinkers left here. Actually, no, we do. We have one. We're gonna get to it next.
You'll deal with him later.
Yeah. It's great how well you get to know the character of Kenbei Shimada, as he is cutting his top knot off, the ultimate potential dishonor for a samurai, something that they would do before committing seppuku, and or otherwise just giving up the life of a samurai, which would inevitably mean they were going to be killed. But he's doing this because he knows that he can help a child, and knowing that and taking that drastic of an action that goes against this code that you've lived your entire life working towards is something that really is difficult to be able to display in a meaningful capacity, and they do it so quickly. Just to be able to disguise himself as a monk, sneak in there, attack the thief, and protect the person who was kidnapped. And then he carries that kind of morality, that like true good, lawful good morality throughout the remainder of the movie. And he's the driving force of how they actually get these samurai. But it's up against this maniac, abject maniac who thinks he's God, who is horrifying, who, because of getting too fat, had to limit his actual view. He was supposed to be like jacked and really intimidating, and then he got too fat while they were filming, and so they had to put him in all of the shadows so that way he didn't look like some portly, out of shape guy who, how the hell would this guy be in like up a Vietnamese river? Like that would make zero sense. And so Francis Ford he's like Baron Harkonnen. He's got his weight suspenders, and he kind of does remind me of him in this. Yeah. The buildup alone, I think, does give the edge to Kurtz, and then delivering with the first speech that we hear from him, it's so iconic, so just real. Like you're scared of this person. And so I think it just leans Kurtz, just by a small margin, but Kurtz.
Michael, go ahead. Michael, I feel like he's gonna agree, so let me just put this out there. I think it's Shimida, and I think it's the reason why you said, in the sense of when he cuts his top knot, he's doing the good thing, not because it's a part. He's like, I'll go against my own grain of everything that I was ever taught. If my goal here is to be a decent man and a decent, right. Top knot will go, left foot will go, finger, like whatever it is. And so it's like this whole, in just a moment of being like, the greater good calls for this now, and I will deal with the repercussions, whatever they may be later. It's such a subtle thing that if you don't, they don't really explain it in the movie unless you kind of understand what samurai are. But like that act of doing that, it's like, yeah, whatever, maybe if it's a political party, and you go, yeah, but F that, I really think on this one, and being like doing the right thing, the whole integrity of just being like, I'm going to do the right thing even if I'm standing alone. Right. Like I just get so much respect for that when this Fatty McFat cake has just been bossing a bunch of people around. Like, well, we're gonna cater to Brando on this one, and like eat lobster.
literally cater to Brando.
Yeah, like literally and figuratively. And he's a genius. He's brilliant. He's the man in terms of an actor. But it's like, I always thought that scene was like, really this guy. And I guess it helps the movie in the sense of like, really this guy. But to me, it had a more negative effect than it did a positive, and that's just me. So I'm gonna go with Shimida on this one. That's just me. So Daddies, let us know, son.
I am actually going to echo the same sentiment as Marcus. And again, this is by the thinnest of margins. I think that the only thing that gives Shimida the edge is the fact that character has been reincarnated and redone so many times over because it is so iconic. And again, we keep using that word, but I mean, in this instance, it fits. There's been how many remakes of this movie, and it's been done by, everybody sort of gets their take or their chance to perform like as that character, or even if not that character, they get to perform as that archetype,
Yeah.
So so by the thinnest of margins, it has to go to Shimida.
I was gonna wait until you went, Mike, and I was gonna say that Marcus actually made me change my mind as well. Yeah, it got me. I was hoping that it wasn't gonna be a split, and I'm glad that it wasn't. But I was like, okay, it is really, really incredible how they don't explain it, but if you see it and you know it, you're gonna get it. And it's just so good.
All right. Well, he's moving on. Shout out to Colonel Kurtz of Apocalypse Now, bowing out here. All right. In this matchup of our left side here, we have Indiana Jones versus the Pest, and I'm voting the Pest. So you two argue it.
Stop.
Listen,
No, we cannot.
I have to.
Michael, don't say anything crazy right now.
Listen. My love and affinity for Indiana Jones, but it's going to have to go to. No, I'm kidding. It's absolutely Indiana Jones. Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
Thank you.
The Pest has had a great run. Listen, he had a great run. A fantastic. probably a little bit longer than you should have.
Yeah.
I disagree.
But it's got to, I mean, Indiana Jones. How can you hate on George Lucas?
Fine. We'll just move on.
Spielberg.
Whatever. We're moving on.
Yeah. Oh, thank God. R.I.P. No. We're gonna have a rest in piss to the pest.
No, sir. Well, hang on now. We don't trash that movie on this podcast. So we don't have many rules here. That's one. Anyways, no, moving on. It did have a good run. I appreciate it. I do think it's a great intro. Again, I just like cartoons, though. That's really all it is.
For sure.
It's just still a good cartoon.
But
it's like, oh, you get to play Merry Melodies for the first 5 minutes? Like, hey, take my money.
Again, this is one of those where like the pest just came up against a hard wall and it was just like,
yes.
You will go no further. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got it. No, I won't admit to it, but I hear what you guys are saying. Is all I'm going to leave it there. So, all right. Anyways, this next one we got in our top right corner. We got Captain Jack Sparrow versus Napoleon Dynamite. My guys, I gotta go Captain Jack Sparrow. I'm sorry. It's I like everything. I don't want to just sit here and like regurgitate a bunch of stuff that's been said. Everything that Devin said about setting up the tone for a movie and everything that lies. I mean, the opening sequence of like, I can tell that we are gonna be friends, and they're like, and then
so
you
pleasant.
Go straight into what Napoleon does. You've never seen anything like that. And, you know, that whole movie's word of mouth, like really, we always say this, nothing really happens in that movie. Clearly there's plot points, but like, it's one of those like, well, nothing really happens. It's just silly people being silly for 90 minutes, which I'm all about. And Napoleon Dynamite being the tip of that spear works beautifully. And so this isn't really a knock against Napoleon Dynamite as it more is a vote for Jack Sparrow. And I can get into the arguments if we need to make them, but I just genuinely think in my heart of hearts that Jack Sparrow is the winner here.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. How great, I mean, of a character could it be for a movie that is essentially about nothing? Then this listless kind of lacking ideals, you know, you don't really even see a moral compass that much. Like you don't know. It's just like life is happening. Here's a slice of life, and you got it. But 100% Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
I will actually argue against Napoleon Dynamite and Truth Time, Secret Time, for real, not for play, but for real.
For be real, son.
There's a certain point in that movie where everyone gets on my nerves, and I don't fucking like anybody, and I'm just like, okay, I'm over this movie. So it's you know who I'm not bored with? Captain Jack Sparrow. So it's hands down going to be him, slam dunk.
You know what I'm disappointed with, Michael? Is you just got teed up for a perfect pull the mic down and go, he tried to kill my father. You let it walk right past you. Right, but then he tried to kill my father. Yeah.
All right, we'll take that again. Yeah.
It's gone. That was a slave. I was teeing you up beautifully there, buddy. Anyways, Captain Jack Sparrow moving on over Napoleon Dynamite. Had a great run, actually. I'm glad that pretty much Devin saw this the same way I did. All right. Oh man, this one's tough. All right, we got
didn't Napoleon Dynamite beat out Quint?
Yeah.
Oh well, then yeah, fuck that movie. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
All right, on our next matchup, we have Genie of Aladdin versus Hannibal Lecter.
Oof,
this is brutal.
That is
really tough.
You know who doesn't sing his own entrance song?
Dude, there's something about it. Like there's something about like if your Schoolhouse Rocks me, and I'm like, oh, I understand what a bill is. It's just a bill on cat. It's like if you're like, I'm a character, I'm here to say do. I'm like, yeah, I like this
in a certain way.
Yeah, like I like this. I understand this person, and they took crafted to me in a rhythmic cadence.
We need it broken down in a way that grade schoolers are taught about government.
That's right.
Exactly right. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I agree.
Anyways, no, I know I've gone first the last couple times. I think doesn't Genie even do an impression of Hannibal Lecter in his? I know he does at some point in the movie.
Yeah,
or maybe is that the sequel?
I don't think it's in the intro.
I thought he did. I could be wrong. It could be I know he does a lot of like the dial M for murder or M for murder guy.
Huh?
But yeah, no, I'm gonna go Genie though, just because it's.
Oh really?
Yeah, that performance is wild, man. Yeah, I gotta go Genie. It's so much fun, man.
Again, this for me is the dichotomy is show me versus tell me, or in this case, sing me.
Sing me.
I think that
Sing me beautiful.
Yeah, I think that the introduction of Hannibal Lecter is way more layered than the introduction to Genie. I think it's Genie telling himself all about, you know, his powers and what he can do for you, and you've never had a friend like me. It's very surface level, although it's fun and it's kitschy and it's memorable. I think that the subtlety and the nuance of Hannibal Lecter's introduction is going to edge out Genie in this case.
Dude, he explains.
Yeah, it's like what are we doing? And he gets a resume and he just posts it on the screen. He goes, all right, this is what I can do for you. Here you are. But I'm gonna sing this. I'm gonna sing this resume.
I like that. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Stand-up guy.
I'm only talking it down because I love Hannibal Lecter so much, because this is, I mean, Genie is a favorite. That's incredible. And it Robin Williams, top notch, absolute peak. But at the same time, you know, we've got a recording of a song that is then layered over the animation that we're seeing, as opposed to the actual physical presence of Anthony Hopkins. And the physical presence of Anthony Hopkins takes it over Genie, just by a little bit, though. A surprisingly close margin for me, because
I don't like that last argument. I'll be honest with you, that hurt my feelings, that last argument.
I think there's something
it's a cartoon over. I'm like, wait, where was all that dirty Jessica Rabbit talk? Hang on.
Well, no, it's different. It's different.
No, he understands.
And also, there's a reason. There's a reason that Jessica Rabbit only made it through one round. I'm pissed that Kenshiro didn't make it a little further. I would have been rooting for an animated character.
That's true. No, that's true.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that he fully understands the what's been watching bracket tournament, non-actionable bracket tournament. Where we're like, yeah, that was then. Now,
right. Yeah. Think about the current round.
Right.
I think even during one of the brackets, I had reached out to you guys and I said, where is the consistency? And now I'm here. Now I'm in it, and I totally get it.
Yeah. Now you're in the thick of it. You see how the machine works.
I feel like Colonel Kurtz.
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind. I'm deep in the heart of darkness.
All right. Well, Hannibal is moving on. He's done very well in all of our tournaments that he's been in.
It's one of the greatest performances of all time. I mean, it's
just in good movies and good performances do well. All right, this is the one the only reason I put these two in the same bracket is just in the hopes that we got this next showdown, and it panned out. But again, I never sway my vote to like, I want this to happen down the road. Again, you got to play the matchup that's in front of you. But it did work out very well. We have the Xenomorph versus T-800.
Woof.
Michael, I feel like this is your wheelhouse. You go ahead, pal.
Woof. All I'm going to say is this just comes down to personal preference for me. And again, I just have to edge it out to the Xenomorph because I love the Alien movie. I think that is, it's literally one of my top 3 favorite horror movies of all time. And if you ask me which one I want to watch, surprisingly, I'm going to go for Alien over Terminator. So just personal preference.
I think
that's the only justification I have.
I think that's totally fair. I mean, Terminator's a little slower than a lot of people will remember when they go back and rewatch it, because you go and watch T2 and you're like, oh my God, this has everything.
Right.
And but you forget that. Yeah. They just kind of like shift into a slightly larger, more exciting, fast-paced thing. But I don't know, Marcus, you gotta lead here.
Man, this is like, again, there's not a wrong answer here, but for the sake of the game, I think I'm gonna go. Damn, this is tough. I think I'm gonna go Xenomorph, but like tomorrow you can convince me otherwise. Like
I think the T-800
burst on the scene, but man, the scene again coming in with the silver, so dope. It is so gangster.
I can't get over the fact that it cuts off the corner of the truck as well.
Yeah,
that thought process, that idea, it pisses me off so much that James Cameron has committed his entire life to just Avatar movies, and the fact that, you know, they're spectacular, they're fun to watch. I actually kind of liked Way of Fire, or the most recent one, especially Varang. She was great. And we'll get into that later. It's just like, it's so disappointing. Like what I feel like we could have had from James Cameron if he had not committed the past 25 years of his life to just Avatar.
He was pretty much like, McG can handle this.
Yeah. And, he's making billions of dollars, but it's just not seeing the same type of artistry, the same type of consideration that you see in this original Terminator movie. And it is so cool. That scene walking into the bar, incredible. Like if that's counting as a part of it, is it just the bubble? Is it just the electricity?
No, the whole getting like the clothes and everything. And
yes, that's the introduction.
Like, where does the introduction? To me, it's like that's all part of it.
Yeah, not just because there's a cut. It's walking in and the cigar getting put out on his chest. He's got just the absolute scumbags in this like motorcycle bar pool hall.
I would argue that just because there's a cut and they cut away from him being birthed into this time or whatever to the bar, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the end of the scene. You know what I mean?
Agreed. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because he walks in naked. It's a continuous part of that. So I think we all agree.
Correct.
I gotta give it to the T800 because that's cool. That's really cool. And Arnold looks jacked. He looks scary. He's intimidating. He looks like a robot if it were a person. And it all just works out well. Even the Austrian accent just plays into it so well. If he spoke with an American accent, it would sound weirder, I think. I think it wouldn't hit as hard.
Oh, did you ever see the deleted scenes in, I forget which Terminator it was, but they actually show how they're building the T-800s off this like model American citizen, and it's a de-aged Arnie, but he talks with this like West Texas redneck accent, like, so glad to be here and represent my country. I'm glad they're going to base it off of me because I've worked so hard to strive and be the model American man.
I love Skynet.
Right,
well, they've done that before, like in one of his first movies when he like really, really had a thick accent. I think it was The Adventures of Hercules. They dub him.
Hercules in New York.
Hercules in New York. Yes, correct. Yeah, with Pretzi.
All right, so it comes down to me. I think this is going to be your saving grace here. Points against Terminator for not hanging Dome.
Yeah.
But
also points for Terminator for teasing hanging Dome. I don't usually do this. I'm going to go against. I'm going to say T800, and this is
wow. This is really tough for me.
Again, this is one of those where
this is like probably the toughest matchup I've had so far.
Yeah, it could have gone either way, and I could absolutely be like, that's justified. I have no real formal complaints against that. Both are strong competitors.
Yeah. I would have been fine with Xenomorph as well, but I just personal preference leans that way. It's crazy.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, last matchup before we take a little break. This guy's so brutal. All right, we got Hans Landa versus Vito Corleone. I'm just gonna say what we're all thinking. Hans Landa is one of the best intros of all time.
I want to sit
here and I'll have some ammo later for it, but like in my heart of hearts, does it deserve to be eliminated? I'm not saying like I'll play the matchup in front of me, but like I don't think it matters who it's playing right now. It should not be eliminated in the round of 32 or Sweet 16. We could wax poetic about it and make our argument. Yeah, it's a really tough matchup. Yep. No matter where I tried to put it on the bracket to be like not to have it win anywhere. I was like, it's just really good.
Listen, if Vito Corleone had gone up against anybody else in this matchup or in this bracket, I would have been like, that's an absolute push through. Absolutely. But against Hans Landa, again, that's just a hard wall, man. Like it's just, and maybe again, it's personal preference. I just can't choose Hans or Vito Corleone over the importance of Hans Landa.
We got plenty of time to glaze Hans Landa here in a minute.
Yes.
I don't want to but just because we're just going to be repetitive then. But man, shout out to Vito Corleone, the OG, the Godfather himself. But like it's Hans Landa.
I love the slow burn that we get from Vito. Landa does it better. But the way that he's able to just turn this simple request for a favor on its head and make it so this guy feels like he is asking for the absolute world after, his daughter is assaulted. It's this horrifying situation. He's tried to go to the police. He's tried to go to the legal system. He is out of options, and he's been paying protection, or he's somehow under the coverage of Vito Corleone. And he's like, hey, look, could you go rough these guys up or do something like this? Please just help me out. And then he is so in the pocket of Vito because of how well he is able to talk him through this process. And it's beautiful how well that's done. So just to glaze Vito for a second.
Yeah. Now, there was an acting course in being like, you would start there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This is we're not going to start here today, but just know I'm going to show you this on day one. You can end up like this, right?
Right.
So, all right, well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll recap, and then we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, as they like to say. So,
in The Godfather, they say the nitty-gritty.
So, all right, we'll be right back. Enjoy your tunes from Mr. A1, y'all. All right, we are back from our sponsor, which was
Overly Curious Squirrels. They're always trying to get into stuff that they're not allowed to get into. Saw one try to steal my wallet once, and now they're paying for the ads with that. So,
we'll bring that full circle, dude.
Goddamn squirrels always trying to steal your identity.
Yeah.
Be careful.
I don't know if I have a good identity or a bad identity if it's squirrels that are trying to steal it.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll tell you what. If somebody wants
right now.
Somebody wants to steal my identity. Yeah, steal my identity. We can trade. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Can't be worse than mine.
Right. You know what? I'm tired of being me. Let me be somebody else.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and with that, sponsors have been paying us, and we've paid our debt to them in their time. These are very real sponsors, by the way. We are going to get right back to our tournament. Is everybody ready?
Let's do this.
We are in the Elite 8 right now. My goodness. It goes like that. So bring the heat, bring the thunder. We're going to start us off in the top left corner. We got Willy Wonka versus Leatherface. Michael, start us off, please, and thank you. You're wearing purple, so.
And for that reason, I am going to vote Willy Wonka. Again, this is it's a tough decision, but you asked me which one I want to watch right this second. It's going to be Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and again, the incomparable Gene Wilder.
Leatherface is, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is such an upsetting movie. I will say, I just watched it for the first time within the past year.
Oh, really?
And yeah, because I've long time been an anti-horror guy. I think that there's enough real stuff that's scary in real life. And so I'm like, I don't need to see some movie fantasticizing some sort of serial killer in the middle of Texas. But it's done so well. And it really, when it comes down to it, I don't know if it was just because I was watching it during the middle of the day, but it wasn't that scary, but it was dreadful. And it was really upsetting. And
I assume
and just
you mean
brutal.
that the best way.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean that with the highest of compliments to Toby Hooper for the way he directed it, and especially on such a shoestring budget. It was like a student film, so that's really impressive. And that introduction, like I was saying with Ferris Bueller, just the way the sound drops out, the thud, and him just dragging him, this hulking individual, just dragging somebody, one of the guys back into the room. You have no idea what's happening. The woman freaks out, screams, runs away. Is a very, very effective introduction of a horror icon. But who's scarier is this guy who gets to have a giant factory and gets to kill kids with impunity, and nobody does anything about it. They love him. And and so on horror alone, I'm going to go with Willy Wonka.
Shout out to Leatherface. I think the scene you described, though, just so I can speak on Leatherface real quick, it's like you want to argue semantics on the tournament, which we do a lot. It's part of the reason why the Jaws thing kind of took away from it. you see the fin a lot before you actually see the reveal, and like you don't really. What you're describing was more like the fin of Leatherface, and then when the curtain gets peeled back and you see the deranged mask and everything like that, that to me is more like the character introduction in pure. But like I hear what you're saying though. It says build to that, and so it's I'm going Willy Wonka, but I just want to say I like the fact that they do that. It is very much so like the shark fin. And you're like, oh, yes. And then you finally get the full thing, and you're like, oh, got it. So I'm going to go Willy Wonka, and I'll expound upon my reasons. I'll probably have to here in a little bit. So, okay, moving on. He's in the final four now. My goodness, Willy Wonka.
You say these are getting tougher and tougher, man.
Yeah,
like
we now have Kenbei Shimada of Seven Samurai going up against Indiana Jones. I don't really know where to start. I'm going to let Devin handle this one.
Yeah, going in, like, by Michael's standard, which one do I want to watch right now? It's almost always Indiana Jones because it's an endlessly rewatchable movie. It is something that you cannot get tired of because of how affable, how amazingly cast Harrison Ford is, even when he is a little bit of a scuzzbag, and you just love him for it. You would be Marion Ravenwood all the same. You would take him back in a heartbeat just because he's so cool, he's so incredible, and his introduction tells you almost everything you need to know about him, other than the fact that he teaches at a university. I don't think they talk about his tenure while they're doing the introduction scene with the Golden Idol. We really have nailed down on Kenbei Shimada, and I think we've talked at almost as great of an extent that we can, and so I don't want to go in and just kind of repeat everything that we've said. Just to reiterate and say what we said before about how definitive you know about this character from this moment. I don't have one that I can like readily lean on outside of the fact that there's something in my deep brain that whenever I see the opening to Indiana Jones, it hits something hard, and I love it so much. And so I've got to go Indiana Jones for the win.
That's fair.
I will also echo that sentiment. I think that unfortunately to his detriment, I think Kenbei Shimada we nail it a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Like we know, like we said, everything about what we need to know about this character. I think with Indiana Jones, there's just a little air of mystery, a little mystique around him that's intriguing, and it makes me want to learn more about him. Whereas in Seven Samurai, we know exactly who we're dealing with from the onset, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it doesn't have the je ne sais quoi or the mystique, the air of like I want to get to know this guy just a little bit more. What's his deal? What's he about? And I think that Indiana Jones just barely edges that one out.
Amazing storytelling from the 60s, from a legend like Kurosawa, like untouchable, so especially for the time, and holds up so well. Incredible movie. But yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah. I think cinematically speaking, that Seven Samurai is a perfect movie from a technical aspect. If you look at how to shoot a movie well, then it's absolutely going to be Akira Kurosawa. If you want to talk about a perfect movie in terms of how much fun it is and the rewatchability and the reach that it has, or the accessibility that it has, Indiana Jones 100%.
Yeah.
So Indiana Jones is moving on, I hear.
Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll no time for love, Dr. Jones.
I'll save my ambition. I'll let him escape one more time. No, I'm fine with that. Indiana Jones moving on. All right. Now this one I might have to get to the nitty gritty. We have in our top right corner, we have Captain Jack Sparrow versus one Hannibal Lecter. Gonna let that breathe for a minute.
Yeah.
Captain
let's
Sparrow
sit
versus Hannibal Lecter. Now I've been quietly just, you know what I mean, letting Jack Sparrow win. I haven't need to argue for him. I haven't needed to.
Yeah.
Right.
right?
I like Hannibal.
You don't have to do a lot of talking. He does a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yes, it's one of the greatest character introductions of all time. It's made it this far. We've proven that point just by him being in the round he is. Of the two, I think it's better than Hannibal Lecter's. I get all the reasons you say. I think Hannibal Lecter is far more. I mean, I don't know, man. There's something about the Val Kilmer Award being in this one too, where like if you take out Jack Sparrow, this franchise doesn't get past movie one, right? Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. Right. Like I think, and I'm not saying it would be the same performance as Hannibal Lecter. I think Hannibal Lecter is written as a captivating character enough. If you stick with the source material from the books, you're still going to come up with a very cool character.
Sure.
It hinges on this dude floating on this ship. You know what I mean? Like this whole 3-movie arc is like a feminine pirate played. Like, what is this? Like, so I don't know, man. And I'm sure, and I'm not taking any. You can't take anything away from Anthony Hopkins and the way he does it. And the like, I don't want to get into like, well, what constitutes. Well, I'll save that because I got that coming too. Okay. But I think it's Jack Sparrow and the fact that I don't need as drawn out like, oh, it's just like, let's do rules. You know what I mean? You're like, that was pretty cool. Let's do the rules. Let's see more of him. Then sure enough, thank God they give you more of him very soon.
Right. A lot.
Yeah. And so I know that I played some of the game of like talking about their character and this and that, the third launching franchise and stuff. Like there is something to be said for that. And so this is my tip of the iceberg argument for Jack Sparrow as to why I'm voting for him.
Now, hold on a second. To the franchise element, I believe that Hannibal Lecter has almost as many movies as like this universe of Hannibal Lecter has almost as many movies as the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
there's Red Dragon,
toys are there?
Manhunter. Well, okay. I mean, yeah. What are you gonna do? You have a face eater. You got the face eater toy at Target.
I mean, backpacks and pockets and overall net and domestic haul and international haul. I think it's going to go to Jack Sparrow.
Which one was produced by Disney and which one was a horror movie? Yeah, that was rated R.
I love my Hannibal Lecter sleeping bag.
You could.
Yeah. Honestly, if there was a Hannibal Lecter backpack, I would be looking for it. I'll try to find it.
So when I say launch a franchise, no, I hear what you're saying, but like when I was talking about like the dude that launched the franchise, it's capably on those shoulders. You know, that's more what I'm talking about. And not that the other movies don't, but it's a little. You're right. It is. It's playing a different game.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm still going Jack Sparrow, and I'll wait to hear y'all's votes. So somebody take it away, please.
Devin, go ahead, sir.
I was going to ask you to lead us off because I'm at a point. I'm at a tipping point right now.
I feel I'm getting angry. I like it.
No. It's the opposite. I'm enthralled.
Go ahead.
Oh, I am going. Okay, God, I was asking you to lead. The calm of the storm that we see with Hannibal Lecter, of all the maniacs, like we've talked about it already, but his stillness, but just that really eerie sense that you get when you're looking at him after seeing all of this movement, all of these other things, is really, really something else, and it transcends normal acting. It transcends normal character introduction so well, but there's just like this theory of fun, and what am I having some fun with? I'm having so much fun, and I'm rolling and rocking with Captain Jack Sparrow. No question. I know he's probably going to steal from me. I know he's probably going to screw me over, and I'm going to wind up in that sinking boat that he floats in on, but he's got a magnetism that you see immediately without having to say almost anything. It's like Hannibal Lecter has the opposite. He's got like all of the hairs on the back of my neck are standing up right now as soon as I see this guy.
Sure.
And so it's almost like their introduction. It kind of pans over to both of them. You're seeing him on top. He comes into frame as he's standing at the top of the mast in the crow's nest. There's like more similarities than I had originally thought, and so it's just so hard but I'm leaning. I'm gonna lean towards Jack Sparrow because it just theory of fun. I'm having more fun watching that.
Michael, Jack Sparrow's moving on. See what you want to say.
You know what?
Or convince me to change my vote because I'm literally right here. It's not in pen.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It was, but I'll make an exception.
Right,
We weren't done talking.
I will say this is actually going to be a sweep for Jack Sparrow, based solely on the cool factor of his introduction. I think that Anthony Hopkins is definitely the better actor, and Silence of the Lambs is definitely the better movie. But there's just a certain cool factor, just a certain again, we talked about the mystique of wanting to get to know somebody in terms of I want to see what this dude's deal is, and Jack Sparrow has that in spades.
Well, yeah, I like it. Jack Sparrow with I don't even know if it's an upset against.
No, it's like a 1 and 2 seed essentially.
Yeah, exactly that. One of them had to go, so it's
But again, faced with these.
If Hannibal Lecter had gone on in that round, I also would not be mad at that. I would be like, that makes sense to me as well.
I love how much fire you're still holding for Sparrow. You got the cannons loaded.
You heard me last year when I waited till the final clip to unload on the Sandlot. I was like, all right.
Yes.
All right.
Because it's goated.
I'm telling you, man. All right. This next one, we got T-800 from Terminator 1 versus Hans Landa. All right, now we can start our glazery, which is a weird term that has become so socially acceptable when you think about it. But
it's pretty gross.
It's like when they had skeet on the radio. You can't say skeet on the radio.
That's why we're trying to take back goon.
Yes, we're bringing back the original meaning of goon.
Yes, we are. All right, well, who wants to start us off?
I'll start. I'll start. Again, this is going to be Hans Landa, and I think that's. We had talked earlier about how it's show me versus tell me, but I think that Hans Landa perfectly encapsulates both of those aspects. Not only is he telling you how bad of a motherfucker he is, we are subtly witnessing him live that and prove it before our very eyes. And so it's the perfect blend of not only is this motherfucker telling me how bad he is and how cool he is and everything I need to know, I believe it. And so for that reason, it's got to be Hans Landa.
Yeah, his reputation precedes himself.
Exactly.
And they do a great job. Tarantino does an amazing job of pulling out exposition without making it feel like it's exposition. And it's really, really something to behold. This is where I was
trying to say, but smarter.
No, just way smarter. You got the T-800, and this is where Cool runs into a wall because Cool won out for Sparrow and Hannibal Lecter, but this is one where Cool kind of meets its match in terms of how effectively somebody can be introduced, and just seeing how much of a horrible person he is while being so uptight and just very on his P's and Q's. He's administrative in his evil. And it's so scary to see something like that. And so I agree. I think Landa takes it.
Yeah. Administrative in his evil. I like that.
Yeah, man. T-800 is a great intro. It's tough to beat Hans Landa, man. Well, again, we'll get into it. He's moving on. This is going to all come to a head. Everything that everyone's saying in their ears right now, it's the movie. We're going to get there. I promise. We just don't want to say it. We only get one chance to say it. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We're in the final four. So if you got, now is the time to not hold back on something. So we're going to go back to our dear friend, Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder himself, taking on Indiana Jones.
Don't want to have to decide.
I know.
I do.
I
do.
Yeah, and I got a feeling where it's gonna go.
Willie, first off, here's my thing. Just hear me out. This is gonna be a bit of a spiel.
Uh-oh.
I got a spiel for this.
Here's
right?
where he puts it up on a tee for us.
No, right? No, it's Willy Wonka did something that I wish more rich assholes would do, right? He
Kill kids?
Murder children?
They're doing that. They're doing that already.
No, just hear me out though.
Willy Wonka is in the Epstein files.
He might be. No. But no, check this out though. Before I lose my train of thought, it's like this. He's doing something that rich assholes need to take more of. He appears once in a lifetime, right? And he just rolls up. Everyone's like, "Oh, this dude's got this mystery factory." Da 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 da. Like whatever evil or good he's doing it in secret, right? And then he shows up one time and he makes a joke for one person, himself, and then kidnaps some kids and goes back into his factory. Whistleblowers, they don't come back out, and that's like the most unseen evil. You know what I mean? If you got whistleblower, if there's like a list of evil shit, whistleblower disappears. That's super high up on the list of evil shit going on. But what
Willy Wonka has slaves. He's got slaves.
Dude, that's what I'm. But hang on, more to it. But no, what I want him to do is then he goes back to his factory. These new rich assholes, they need to not only do evil shit, they need to do evil shit and be liked in the process, right? Mark Zuckerberg is taking testosterone and being like, I do karate. No one gives a fuck, you loser. Go back to twirling your mustache. I miss the old evil that was twirling their mustache somewhere in Connecticut. And they're like, oh, I made another $1 billion today.
Some robber baron, yeah.
Robber baron.
People are dying so a number can go up on screen. This guy's at least giving the world the best chocolate, and he doesn't need to be liked in the process. And his whole character intro, he comes out and does a joke for one person. And so I am going to vote Willy Wonka hands down for all of these reasons that I just said. He is a character model that we need back. And if you're not sure if you're some rich billionaire asshole on Twitter or X, whatever the hell you want to call it, and you're like, how do I get more likes today? Don't. Go watch what Willy Wonka does. He takes these children, he murders 4 of them, or like drastically, and he doesn't fucking apologize once. He's like, I gave the factory to a kid, washes his hands of it, gets off scot-free. We don't know where the glass elevator lands.
Now
he's off grid, baby. He's just like someone else's problem. Peace. Use that as the blueprint. And so with that being said, Indy ain't done shit comparatively. So Willy Wonka.
Indy's done tons of shit, but also like that, the current version of what Willy Wonka would do would just be go on Joe Rogan and cool wash himself.
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan gets to glaze him for 3 hours and be like, "You really are so smart. Oh, it's awesome."
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, we don't care. Go kill a kid in a factory. That'd be way better.
Yeah, he's like, sign these permission slips.
Yes, yeah.
Like,
Chocolate River.
Yeah,
Chocolate River.
5 people live to tell the tale, and that is it. And even then, 4 of them are going to be deranged to a point that you're not even going to believe their story. That shit is gangster. And he comes, I'm telling you.
No, he's got these Oompa Loompas, and they're orange little people, and they sing all these songs, and they're like, oh, you're going for a lobotomy right now.
Yeah,
that's where you're going. Yeah.
Fuck, dude. He doesn't give a fuck. It's Willy Wonka, and it's not close in this one, dude. I'm telling you.
I will say, the only more gangster thing that Willy Wonka never did was punch Nazis, which is why it's going to be Indiana Jones. Because Willy Wonka, for all he's ever done, never punched a Nazi. Not one. Had a whole movie to do it. Not a single Nazi punched.
And what I'm saying is that doesn't reflect in his intro. Willy Wonka comes out and he pretty much says, I don't give a shit about you people. I've been sequestered away. I'm doing this for you, asshole. That's because you want to come in and blah, blah, blah. Like he does this for you. He doesn't give a shit about these people. And his little
does he do it for them? It's for himself.
The role is my favorite part because it's a joke for one person.
Oh, I agree.
I respect anybody that can do that. Where you just go out there and bomb and everything. Well, you're like Andy Kaufman level shit. It's so brilliant.
It's a joke for himself. It's him telling them, "Don't trust me. Like nothing that I say can be trusted from here on out." Immediately, and something that's so incredible is that Gene Wilder decided that he needed to do that. He saw this character, he read the script, and he decided, that he was going to include that as a part. And he said, if you do not let me do this, I'm not going to do the movie. And so he said, like, this character is so informed by the actor, and Gene Wilder is such an absolute legend. It really, really is incredible that he had this like internal thought and was able to flesh out this character and be like, you know what he would do, because he's a seedy weirdo, is he'll pretend to get hurt and then go, ah, look, it's me, I'm fine, and now let's go in, and that's it.
I'm telling you, it's the correct answer here. It's the correct answer, Willy Wonka.
I don't know if it's the correct answer or not. I'm still up in the air a little bit, because we see it belongs in a museum is so good. We get to know that he is somebody who is good. He is on the right side of history. Although I guess, maybe more recent dialogue about stealing stuff from native cultures and then putting it in a museum may put him into a different bracket.
If I may, please, I would like to refer you to the case law of finders keepers. Possession is 9/10.
I'm just saying.
Yes, counselor agreed.
Historically speaking, whether it's on camera or not, a lot of people have been whipping natives for centuries. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's just not original.
I don't think there's any native whipping going on in Indiana Jones.
I think you have a different spin on Indiana Jones, bro.
Yeah. It is interesting that his preferred weapon is a whip, but he mostly just uses it to grab onto stuff. And it's like a rope that sometimes he'll whip a gun out of somebody's hand with. I mean, it's...
I'll walk that back. I don't know what nationality the people are that he whips the gun. I'll walk that back. I apologize. I didn't mean that in offense. I'm just
the score for Indiana Jones really does something special, and especially that introductory score. The idea that Gene Wilder decided on his own accord that he was going to go forward with this type of character action that really makes it. I mean, imagine if he just walks out and he sounded a little weird and they walked in. Like, I don't think he'd even be on this list. Yeah. And so that really is incredible, and I give a ton of credit to Gene Wilder. And so it's I don't know, Michael, what do you got?
I'm voting Indiana Jones.
Oh no, okay, it's down to me. I think I am going to have to lean.
I love the torment on his face. I love it.
Willy, I'm wretched face. I'm gonna have to go with Willy Wonka. I gotta do it. It's so good. It really, Indiana Jones, like I said, perfect movie, perfect pacing, perfect introduction. But there's something about it, Willy Wonka, you nail it. And Marcus, in no small part, you helped push it over the line as well.
Maybe a little too far over the line. I apologize for that.
Not far enough. Not far enough.
I'm telling you, man. I'll get to that in the next round. But yeah, well, Willy Wonka's moving on. I love Indiana Jones intro, and when you brought up the score, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Damn.
Yeah,
it is John Williams.
It's so good. John Williams at the peak of his game.
That added points, but not enough for me to overtake Willy Wonka. But yeah, no, great call. That's why you're there for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Talking about John, the soundtrack of our lives, Williams.
Yeah, why not? Another Oscar. Put him up with Walt Disney numbers.
Please.
All right. We have Jack Sparrow versus Hans Landa.
Now we are back to cool versus proficient.
I got ammo for I just went a little too far on that last one, so I'm going to just take a page off.
Okay. Once again, not far enough.
Look, I'm ready.
We know you got the chamber loaded.
All I'm going to ask you before I even get into it is just subversion versus expectation. That's all I'm going to ask you to think about. Subversion versus expectation.
Okay.
And both of them do it well. One does it well.
Oh man, this sucks. I don't feel this is definitely good. Whatever I vote, I know immediately in the car ride home and be like, God damn it, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You stupid mother. I've said it before, and I don't want to rehash it or repeat myself, but I think that Hans Landa is the perfect blend of not only tell me, but show me. Jack Sparrow, although his introduction is very, very short and it says a lot, it's a lot of show me. And I think that there's something you've said, especially the writer in me really loves the dialogue that drives his narrative and learning who he is as a character. So just based on the writing aspect alone, I don't like it, but I'm going to have to edge it out to Hans Landa. I don't like it. I mean, I do. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's Sophie's choice. It's which hand do I want to cut off? Well, I don't know. I get more done with the right one, so I guess take the left.
I can appreciate that. There's something to the idea of being a writer and being able to write a character that doesn't have to say as much and is still so incredibly effective. And
sure,
being able to introduce somebody without having to, because they're writing out he passes by the ship and does X, Y, and Z. If you're reading a book about it, the novelization of Pirates of the Caribbean. That's on my reading list for the year. I've got a pretty short one. Some Berenstein Bears novelization of the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's so visual. It tells you so much. I mean, in a movie, you are getting that visualization, that imagery that tells you the entire story that you need to know about this guy before you fully meet him as your introduction. But on the other end, the writing for Landa, for Monsieur Lapidite is so strong.
Yeah.
It's so incredible. The imagery there of Lapidite pulling out the pipe, and then Landa pulling out he goes, "Do you mind if I smoke my pipe as well?" And he pulls out the giant pipe. Amazing. And just like this weird visualization of like superiority, his belief in what he is fighting for, this despicable evil cause, and just how he's found this niche that he's so good at doing this horrible thing. Like, he could be an insurance agent in Germany and during any other time frame, and he'd be really good at it. He'd investigate all these causes and stuff. But no, he just happened to stumble into being this a tool of this evil empire, and does it so meticulously, so religiously. Like it's really something. And so I have to lean Landa on it. I've got to go Landa. It's just that 20 minutes of the intro. There's so much. We have so much to be able to parse apart and decide, who this guy is. And there's a reason he won an Oscar for it. It's because, in no small part, because of that scene, without question.
Yeah, I guess this, I don't know if I should save it for the next argument, because it's going to be, it's the one thing I
may still be convinced.
No, the one thing I can't do, and this is the doozy, right, about going up against Hans Landa. The one thing I can't do is be like, oh, it's whack for these reasons. Right, I could bring in nuance, and I can go like, here, or like find the most minuscule of nits to pick about things, or what constitutes an intro. What I can't do is watch that and go like, that was bad, or you know what I mean? Like, there's no negative real connotation to it. There's only a couple movies, and I've talked about it with a dear friend of mine, where like Up being one of them. Right, you get the first 10 minutes of Up, and if they rolled credits, you'd be like, that was short, but I still enjoyed that a lot. You know what I mean? If Inglourious Bastards was simply that opening sequence and then they rolled credits, you'd be like, it was a short film by Quentin Tarantino. Still enjoyed the hell out of it. Like, that was a masterclass in cinema. You know what I mean? And so I guess, and we're going to get into it because I'm going to go ahead and move on Hans Landa just because it's overrated. Or not overrated. I'm sorry. It outperformed Jack Sparrow by 2. It was outvoted. Is not what I meant. Not overrated. I don't think it's overrated at all. But I guess what I was saying about the subversion versus the expectations and what both of them do, is with Jack Sparrow. We're waiting on this hero to come into play as we have somebody who doesn't know what they're doing in the grand scheme of adventure in Will Turner, and then Elizabeth, clearly who doesn't come in. So we need somebody who's going to act as our liaison into this open sea. And the person we get comes in on a literal sinking ship. And it just shows that in all of his ways, he fumbles forward, and he does it with I don't like this word typically, but like this swagger that only he can do. You know what I mean? Like this charisma and this swagger and this, like, for lack of a better term, like aura that anyone can do, that only he can do. And he comes in on a boat that's barely staying afloat, and we're supposed to put our eggs into this.
It's a perfect metaphor. It's a perfect metaphor for him. Oh man, it really is. That's so good.
Or Jack Sparrow, in the fact of when he lands there with authority, and even then they're like, you can't, somebody words like, oh, you can't park here, and he's just like, yeah, I can't. You know what I mean? Like, park what kind of thing. And it sets the films, and not that Inglourious Bastard doesn't. It definitely sets the tone as well, but like this one as well, it's the immediate tone setting. It's this perfect balance of grand adventure and lighthearted humor. He immediately adds a level of unpredictability to a movie that was otherwise, and I say this as a fan of the movie, you've seen this movie in theaters, every iteration of it, that is otherwise a pretty color by number adventure.
Sure.
Right? That's hence why we give him the Val Kilmer Award. And so that is why I would lean that, is it does so much more with so much less. And that will be the argument I'm going to then continue into when we talk about Willy Wonka versus Hans Landa as our match.
Yeah.
So Hans Landa does move on. He does beat out Jack Sparrow. I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
I do a little bit. I made the choice I had to make, and I'd stand by it. But I mean, Jack Sparrow is really Final Four. There's a reason.
Yeah, and so our matchup, ladies and gentlemen, for our championship, we have Hans Landa versus Willy Wonka. And I'm just going to continue my point that I was making because it does apply, right? And we're not going to let this breathe. We're just going to go right into our final matchup. Hans Landa, Willy Wonka. And I don't know that this takes, and right now we're just talking movies, right? This is not points for or against. We're just simply talking movies on this one, right? And this is the joy of coming to the championship game, because clearly both of them are incredibly worthy to be where they're at. And I feel this is our strongest championship game we may have had yet, if any of our brackets. What is it about? Do we need a 17-page introduction to a character? Are there points for that, or are there points taken away from that? You know what I mean? Does it make for a hell of a scene? Oh, absolutely. I would pay full price to watch that and be like, hey, you want to watch they're playing the intro of Inglourious Bastards at the local matinee. You want to go? Be like, oh, just the intro? Yeah, it's a $5 ticket. I'd be like, yeah, bet, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's dead ass serious. Like, I would 100% go. And now, granted, because it has this super long introduction to this character, it gets so much runway for him to work. And so again, I'm not trying to do like, I'm just asking questions here, but like these are the questions that I'm going through in my mind, in the sense of what is there to be said about doing so much with so much less, about being concise, about being in not that what Quentin Tarantino wrote is not brilliant. It is. I have my qualms with Tarantino. I've said them openly on them. I still think he's brilliant despite all my little nits to pick. I don't think he can help himself sometimes, but when he's firing on all cylinders and you get something like this, look out. He's one of the best filmmakers to ever do it when you get the opening sequence of Inglourious Bastards, right?
Right.
And so with that being said, brevity is certainly not his strong suit, right? And you give this character this whole, like, it's a damn near an episode of The Simpsons to get where we go. It's a great episode, but like he has so much to bounce off of. Whereas when you see someone like a Willy Wonka, right? Or Jack Sparrow previously mentioned, when you get it, boom. And it's like, oh, there's something to me to be said for that. I almost award more points for that. While I enjoyed the scene of Inglourious Bastards more, I like the fact that I get my character introduction. It's not a long, drawn-out process, right? I like this guy, and more will be revealed, right? Sure. And so there's a lot of cards being dealt on the table for Hans Landa in very rapid succession, right? It's doom, and he's playing a lot of, and I switch languages, and I get this. And granted, there is more layers to him, but you're getting a lot of that onion on that first bit of him. Where Willy Wonka, I still, throughout the end of the movie, until you get nothing, good day, sir, have still not understood this character, right? And so I know that's a bit of more of an argument in terms of the character as a whole, but I'm saying by the introduction, I get a lot of Hans Landa. Maybe for good, maybe for worse, but I get a lot of them. Where Willy Wonka, I get what I need to know for that moment. So that's what I'm, and again, this is what I'm thinking. I'm not crowning anything yet. We're just talking. So I'd like somebody else.
So is it not harder to do a longer introduction? It's hard to do a short one. It's hard to do a long one. It's hard to do a really, really, really long one. A 20-minute near monologue, because it's mostly just him talking to Le Petit. And it really is impressive that it can be so captivating and so long, because a 20-minute scene sitting at a farmhouse in French cow country, 9 times out of 10, if you see that in a movie, it is going to be excruciatingly boring. And you are going to sit there and you're going to go, oh my God, is this seriously still going on? Even a 20-minute scene alone can really, really drag on. And so it's like the way that he's able to do that with Landa for that long, and you are on the edge of your seat nearly the entire time, and then the worst possible situation happens. That's really a testament to how good that introduction is. But on the flip side, I think that going a little shorter, like really, really short, and being able to learn everything from somebody within that short time frame, like you're talking about, they're both like these God level skills of like how like middle ground. Great. Yeah. You have some people talking, you have some exposition. Great. It's done in a few minutes, but 90 seconds, amazing. 20 minutes, amazing. So it really is like this toss up, and these two totally different characters.
Right.
And not to have metagamed it, and I legitimately was not thinking about this, but like had we had Sparrow versus Willy Wonka, it's like, oh, these are like almost the same character.
Right.
In terms of style of introduction, yeah.
Yes.
Very short, truncated introductions that again are very much show me, not tell me.
Yeah.
And they're both scumbags with grand designs. So
that's why I parlayed the one argument into the other.
Yeah, it flowed perfectly.
So no, I hear you. I'm genuinely torn, but Michael, I would like to hear your thoughts. Like I said, right now we're just talking movies, so this is what we do on the podcast. So,
okay, my only argument, and again, this is not an argument against Willy Wonka as much as for Hans Landa, is Willy Wonka doesn't show up until 30 minutes, 40 minutes into the movie, something like that, and then it moves at a pretty brisk pace, and it's all about Willy Wonka. But Hans Landa opens up the entire movie. I mean, this is the guy that sets the pacing and the tone and the tenor of the entire film. And he does it with impeccable, timing and grace and skill, and just it takes a very, very good actor. And I think that Christoph Waltz definitely is that.
100%.
To make an impact on not only a character that is intriguing, and again, we've talked about it, like, I want to know more about this guy, and yet you also detest him. Like he is the most horrible person you've ever met in your entire life within the first 20 minutes of meeting him. And yet somehow there's this magnetism. You're drawn to him. You want to know how his inner machinations and how his mind works. And again, we talk about an agent of chaos with Willy Wonka. I think that by the end of Inglourious Bastards, Hans Landa does, he literally does a complete 180 and literally helps to blow up the Fuhrer, you know?
He's a pragmatist. He sees which way the war is going. And so he's like, okay, yeah, I got to get out while the getting's good. It's not like he's like, I want to see the Fuhrer die, and then I'm going to blow up a boat.
Right. But I think that there is something to, yes, we sort of understand him at the surface level within the first time we meet him. But then as the movie progresses, and maybe this is, again, talking more about character arc than it is initial introduction, But as we learn more about Hans Landa, we see not only how clever he is, but also, I mean, he's egotistical. He's a downright dick sometimes. I mean, like there's periods in this. Again, he's always the smartest guy in the room, but he's sort of a prick about it because he knows it, and so he's doing everything he can to sort of bully and manipulate the situation just because it entertains him, or because, like, well, let's see how long I can string this before I finally, pull the noose closed around their neck, sometimes literally.
He is a fucking sadist. And I mean,
yes.
Like, he wants you to be impressed with him before he kills you. That's really what it is. He yearns for it. So let me speak different languages. Aldo the Apache, it's a bingo.
He could have walked.
That's why Aldo the Apache is exhausted by him in 2 seconds. He's like, just shut up. Damn.
Right.
Yeah, he could have walked into that house with his soldiers and just gone, okay, we're gonna like shoot up the floorboards. We know that you have, people under here. But instead, he really draws it out because he loves this horror that he can inflict on people.
He also wants to come across in that very scene. We're now talking about the scene, much like in Schindler's List, where he's like, the real power is to pardon you. He wants to feel Mr. Le Petit like, oh, he did him a solid, as if what a graceful man.
Right.
He could have been.
I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah, but if you just tell me, he already knew the answer, but he's like, I want you to tell me so I can spare you. So then my legacy will then be even something greater, which is all phenomenal and adds to the character. The only thing I would argue with Michael about, and I do love to argue with Michael about stuff, is
brothers arguing now.
No, that's when you said that you don't see Willy Wonka in the first scene. His shadow is of the whole movie. It literally starts with this. The whole opening sequence shows his factory, and it's everyone clamoring to get these 5 tickets to go then see it. He doesn't need to be seen. His presence.
It's like Kurtz.
It's what? Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's like Kurtz.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be there the whole time. Like his shadow, he is present throughout the entire movie. So
I agree. I'll give you that for sure.
So then when he does get there, you could be this grand design, and he'd be and like this. It's more what he didn't do in that scene that makes me like it more. Right?
Yeah.
And those are all choices. He could have put on this, like, oh, what a day for the city, and da. And like the city was doing that. He didn't care. The city had the parade going on. He just opened up the gates and let people come in and did a joke. And so, like, that to me, again, I can't trash the Hans Landa scene. It's one of the most brilliant opening sequences of all time, point blank, period. It's the subtlety of what Willy Wonka did not do. But again, does that override? Again, Hans Landa playing a lot, not all of them. I'm glad to know he's got a lot more, tricks up the sleeve in terms of him as a character, him flipping sides later. But like this need to be liked and all that stuff, you get so much of it in that scene that it doesn't leave a lot to be revealed. In Gene Wilder's choice, just go, we're just gonna scratch the surface to go, there's something to this guy and keep moving. I guess I am gonna come to a vote. I think I'm going to vote for Willy Wonka, and it does pain me to do so. One, there's an aura factor to it. And like you said, and Homeboy's got it, but we've seen people dress up as SS. It's in his subtleties of the larger size of the pipe and all this, and like he wants to showcase his intelligence. And so there is some of that, but like Willy Wonka 1, I'm sorry, I'm a sucker. You show me Ramirez showing up in peacock feathers or something. Like, there's some of that with Willy Wonka 2 to bring this full circle. I'm like, yo, what's up with that guy? This dude's wild. And again, we don't even know so much about him throughout the entire thing. It's in that intro,
he's got the mystique.
Yeah, and there's just something to be said for that. And again, I say this, I have watched the opening sequence of Inglourious. That is my favorite Tarantino movie. I like it more than Pulp Fiction, and that opening sequence is part of that reason. So I vote for Willy Wonka begrudgingly. This will probably be a buyer's remorse thing. I think in terms of scene, opening sequence, goes to Hans Landa, point blank period. Character introduction of a single character, I'm going Willy Wonka by the thinnest of margins, and it really boils down to just personal preference. I respect doing less with more.
Good distinction.
That's really all it is. And again, like we were talking about.
Very solid points, yep.
When we were talking about, what did I say with Jack Sparrow? Expectation versus subversion. The subversion that he does in that is great, and not that Hans Landa doesn't. I like his style. And I just like, this dude's wild. And again, there's something to be respectful. Like, hey, billionaires, go watch this guy. This is how you should conduct yourself. Like, this is how you introduce yourself. You're just likable enough going, what's about that guy? Everyone loved Elon Musk until we got to know him. And you're like, oh, this guy pays. This guy pays people to play video games to beat them for him so we can flex on him. Like, man, go back to your factory, bro. Like, you know,
if he was locked away and then he did a tour of a Tesla factory like 20 years from now, he would have a lot more good grace than he does currently because he's one of the most awkward, weird, like just off-putting people.
But not in a fun Willy Wonka way.
Not in an not in an eccentric way. In a like, oh, I'm gonna like steal all of your personal information and sell it.
So there's a terminology. It's kind of an old school terminology. It's called steez. It's called style with the.
Yeah.
This is a steez vote.
Wonka has the steez. He's dripped with the steez.
So I don't know. I've said all I got to say on it. That's all I can, I think, add to the conversation in terms of that. But like, they're heavyweight bouts for a reason, man. So
okay, I will chime in on this, and I really like the point that you made earlier about like doing more with less. You know, like yes, Willy Wonka absolutely. He doesn't have to say a single word. Just all he has to do is just play a joke for one person, and we automatically know what this character is about. I will also argue that the Hans Landa introduction scene, the sum is greater, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many moving parts. I mean, in terms of cinematography, dialogue, casting, blocking, and the way the scene is shot. And, you know, they're constantly slowly pulling in on Hans Landa for that close up as he actually reveals like that he knows exactly what's going on. It's not until they're the tightest of close ups that he pulls the rug out from, you know, Monsieur Lapetite.
You are sheltering enemies of the state.
Exactly. And I think that by the sheer machinations of all, like in terms of total filmmaking, I have to edge it out to Hans Landa because there is so many moving parts and so many things that could have gone wrong, and they nailed it on every single level to give us one of the greatest character introductions. Again, you talked about opening scene versus character introduction. I think that this nails both of those perfectly. So I'm going to edge it out to Hans Landa, but again, I get it. I have to live with this decision.
Trust me, I get it. I get it.
As Marcus had been talking, I was like, oh my God, duh, it's obviously Willy Wonka. And I'm like, oh, it's so easy. We'll just lock it in. Like whatever Michael have to say, and then we'll move along and we'll finish this up. And then you just crushed it. And I legitimately am back to just right on a razor's edge of which way it could go because they're so different. Yeah. And they just tell such distinct stories about these characters in such different ways that it's so hard to be able to weigh them one against the other. Oh man. And I do have my qualms with Tarantino as well. And that makes me in the back of my head. I'm just like, yeah, do I want one of his characters to win this bracket? Like he's listening. Oh,
he is.
Oh, he is. Yeah. He's Legion. Man, I love Gene Wilder so much. But I'm going to go with who Anna had winning the tournament. and I had him all the way up through here as well. We're going to go with Hans Landa.
So happy wife, happy life kind of thing?
No. This is a separate thing. If it would not matter, but I mean, Michael, I think you really, really nailed it. It is just perfection on both of an opening scene and character introduction, and I do think that being able to do it and draw it out for such a long time while still being captivating really, really says something. That can't take away from the magic, the whimsy, the wonder that you get from Willy Wonka and the skeeviness, the underhandedness, the backside that you're only keen to after you've seen the movie of like or aware of what's going on. Hans Landa. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause. We did it.
That's it.
Your winner of the greatest character introduction of all time goes to none other than Christoph Waltz as Hans Landa in Inglorious Bastards. Au revoir, Shoshana.
Yeah.
Au revoir, Shoshana.
With an honorable mention by Jessica Rabbit, who beat out fucking Doc Holliday.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Well, man, please, as always, write us in at write us in at whatchabeenwatchingpodcast@gmail.com. We want to hear about it. Slide into our socials. We're on Instagram at whatchabeenwatching. We are on YouTube at WBW Podcast, and we are on Facebook /WBW Podcast. So yeah, write us in, let us know, hit us up, tell us how dumb we are. Devin gets a portion of that.
And if you want to contact me directly, you can just drop a letter in a mailbox that just says "Double D, fuck you," and it'll get to me. It'll find its way. Yeah, the postal service knows what that means.
This again.
Yeah.
You can just give it to an owl; it'll get delivered via clockwork mail. You know, it's whatever.
Oh yeah.
All sorts of crazy things down here.
Well, any overall thoughts on the tournament, Devin?
I mean, I think this has probably been our strongest contendership. The other ones have been fun and great debates, but this one was, I mean, just banger after banger after banger. And like, again, it's hard to argue with a lot of these, you know, that there's very, very few. I think maybe we had maybe 3 or 4 that was just like, yeah, this is a slam dunk, no worries. But
yeah, poor Leon Phelps.
Yeah.
I hope he has a glass of Cavassier to himself tonight.
You know what's happening? He'll say, I will randomly have thick, and it will randomly work out. It will randomly work out. No, here's the thing. Every time we do this, and we won't sit here and wrap up too much, it's like the Talking Dead almost. Every time we do this, we get the one thing we mentioned on the podcast before is why wasn't this movie in there? Why wasn't this character in there? And Devin can now, he's finally a third person to actually attest to go like, yeah, you try doing it. There's 350 great introductions that all deserve to be in here. Like some of them are just ones like, hey, I want to talk about the pest because I want to talk about it as rapidly as possible, you know, or whatever it may be. And some of it's just like whittling it down to 64. There's going to be omissions. There's going to be cut. And so,
if you want to do your own non-actionable bracket, go start your own podcast, and then you can do your own one.
Exactly.
We've considered many. There's so many on the cutting floor. And the one thing I'm definitely going to say about every time we do these brackets, even if you disagree with the winner, typically if you look back at the Elite Eight and you just compare that with like a Rolling Stone or a Time magazine or something like that has done one of these before, it gets pretty close. And the reason why we do it in a tournament style is because we don't just want to go, well, here's our list of the greatest 100, which you argued about off screens. It's like the tournament style. You got to play the matchup. It's just a more fun way to do it. So. I typically agree with a lot of the final, like it did very well, are the ones that you think probably did pretty well. So
my biggest beef is not even the pest. I think Miranda Priestley getting knocked out early on. That one is, I stand by it. That I had in my final.
Oh man,
yeah.
And you know what? You're absolutely valid in that opinion. And unfortunately, you didn't argue as well as you should have. And so
exactly,
I
failed as a co-host and as a lawyer. I was not able to argue well enough.
Well, the one thing we always end these with is, first off, and this is a bit of just a celebration of these two fine gentlemen I'm staring at here. Thank you both very much. But what we also want to do is to the people, and this is where we get a little egotistical, we say you're welcome. Because guess what? 20, 50, 100 years from now, civilization gets destroyed, it comes back, whatever. People are going to go, oh my God, I just had the greatest idea ever. Instead of sitting right here arguing with my parents about who had the greatest character introduction on Neo Thanksgiving that they do in March now, they're going to go, oh, you know what? The What You've Been Watching podcast already did that, and we should thank them. So this is just a preemptive. You're welcome.
And they go to the What You've Been Watching temple. They can pull out the records. Yeah, there's one in every major city at this point.
And it's in our and it's in our oh, they did it. Oh well,
it's already decided.
Might as well just shut the hell up and eat my fucking
Soylent Green.
right.
Yeah. Well, can I comment about people who are dead already? Those hosts have been dead for 150 years now. Can I still complain to them? Yeah, and the answer is yes. Our consciousness will be uploaded to a program, and you can argue with us forever.
I plan on living as a brain in a jar via like
Futurama
style.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it.
Thank you guys so much for having me. That was an absolute blast.
Hans Landa, the big winner.
Exactly.
Anything else before we get out of here, y'all? I know it's kind of anticlimactic to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We don't cut down nets or anything around here.
If you want to follow me, I'm in the parks from like 5 to 6, and you can follow me then. You can follow me home, whatever you want to do.
All right.
Yeah.
On that note, I would suggest that thank you all for joining us on the very special episode of the What You've Been Watching podcast. I would recommend that you go watch a movie and talk about it
with someone you love.